perform the national anthem.
Hello and welcome to tonight's broadcast on SSB of Friday Night Lights here at Fleming Island. Tonight's game is going to be Fleming Island versus Terry Parker of Duval County. We just had the national anthem performed by the Fleming Island Golden Regiment, and we'll get into some scores and updates from last week and some pregame and the kickoff, as this is going to be a fairly quickly starting one. We have about 2 minutes until they're supposed to have the game kickoff. Captains are about to take the field. We'll start off with those. And let me make sure I've got my scoreboard, everything pulled up and set up on the computer. Tonight with me, as always, on the camera is Courtney Wallace. He's got a headset on, so we might hear some commentary from him tonight while he's half distracted with making sure they stay in the frame.
Operative word might. Good evening, Garrett. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. It's been a busy day for me. Busy day.
I get that. We've been having quite a few of those.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, it's Friday night, man. Always excited to come under the bright lights and watch some football.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm trying to get the huddle pulled up because that's where Fleming's roster is updated, and I am not finding it. But regardless, I'll go through the Terry Parker. I have them in front of me. I don't have numbers for Fleming memorized yet. I apologize. Left to right, I've got number 77, Amari Jordan. And I might have to move and wait until they slide a little bit to see the numbers. There we go. Number 77, number 2, number 1, and I believe that was number 15. So number 1 is Michael Hills, number 2, Terrence Higdon, and number 15.
Will receive, and Fleming Island will defend the north end zone.
No, sorry, that was not 15. 57, there we go. Isaiah Wiggins are the captains for Terry Parker. And Fleming, we had number 17, number 55, number 23, and I did not catch the last one.
Thank you for all you do.
Let me get them pulled up so we can at least have their roster as well, because we did not get a paper roster from them. Terry Parker on the season thus far. I got a little bit of insight from the coach pre-game on the field. They are currently 1-5 on the season. It has been a rough season for them, but reasoning for that is,
and here come the Golden Eagles.
20 of their varsity players, not their JV, their varsity players, 20 of them are freshmen. They have a very young team, a very motivated team. They did manage to put up, running-wise, like 250 against Ed White, and passing, I can't remember which team they said that it was against, but their quarterback, one of their games, it was a loss for them, but passed for almost 350. For a high school quarterback, that is absolutely amazing. But a lot of their starters are freshmen, including their quarterback. So we talked about it last week with Oakleaf's opponent. Having that young quarterback can be detrimental when you're playing against a lot of these older kids. So when I talked to him about it, he said realistically, these kids know that this is essentially their first season. This is going to be what sets them up for the next 3 years coming into when they are all seniors. And that's going to be, you know, what they build off of is going to be their experiences this season. So we are hoping that they can, you know, keep some playing together tonight for us for a good matchup, and at least make it to where we have a good game. I don't imagine they won't, but we're getting ready to kick off. Sertivan getting ready to kick it off for Fleming. Deep kick that will be fielded at the 6, and it will be brought out by number 1, Michael Hills, to about the 11 or 12.
Just outside of the 12.
And we will start the game there. We run 5 seconds off, and we may have to level the camera a bit, Courtney. It is a little sideways. So bear with us while we get that done, and we'll get this game underway. Again, I am trying to get something pulled up for Fleming. There we go. There's the internet I was looking for. All right, so we'll see what this young Terry Parker offense can start off with here. Started off with a long pass, left-hand side of the field, and caught. Michael Hills, left side of the field, one flag right where the catch was. We're going to figure out if that was offensive pass interference or not. There was a little bit of some pushing. It's right around the 45-yard line, 44, 45-yard line.
Pass interference against Terry Parker is the
Yep,
call.
that is going to be offensive pass interference. That'll bring it back. And I know the fans were definitely seeing that. I mean, we definitely saw some contact. So there was some hand shoving, but the fact that he was even able to get his hands around the ball is outstanding, even with the offensive pass interference. That was very close contact, just too much of it.
Caprice Joseph was the one that was pushed over by the receiver.
And Huddle is not wanting to cooperate with him.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 7-yard line.
So Terry Parker will continue with a first down, pushed back 5 yards. It'll be a 1st and 15 after the pass interference
First
call.
down and 16.
Pass again, caught. That's by number 18, John Dukes III.
Sebastian Cruz, number 1 on the tackle.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 8 after that gain.
I think it's pretty clear what Terry Parker is going to be doing all night.
I don't know about all night, but definitely for sure. They did say that their quarterback has been playing in the Oh, I could not remember it now because I'm trying to think of it. The like 6U up whenever they are young kids and they're playing in those young leagues. Similar to the young baseball leagues, the Cal Ripkins and the Babe Ruth leagues. I cannot remember what the football ones are called, but he's been playing essentially that kind of a system for years. So he has experience. This is his first high school experience. That handoff to Tristan Mitchell for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards, and that'll bring up a third down. We'll say 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Sorry, 3rd and 4, opposite way. So they said that their quarterback has experience, but again, first time for them.
3rd down and 4.
For just basically just a high school experience.
It's a shame the penalty on the play, because that would have been a great way to open the game for them.
It definitely would have.
I mean, we've seen it before this season, and it didn't all go, as a team would hope, but it would be a great way to start a game.
Oh, yeah. And pass right-hand side intended for number 12, Jonas Love, and that is going to be incomplete. Sebastian Cruz on the coverage, as I now have the Fleming roster pulled up on Huddle, because that is where the updated roster is.
Sebastian Cruz is set.
So, I mean, that matchup, I mean, Cruz is we've seen him last season, we've seen him this season. He is very hard to run a route against. He's a very good defender. He's very good at getting in, breaking up the play. So we'll know that we'll see some of him this game. We know that we will see, oh, that was a very high punt that went squibbed to the side. It'll be stopped at the 30-yard line, and that will be where Fleming takes over with optimal field position on that that punt that Terry Parker wanted to go downfield, and it did not.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. Now you went from that opening play to now having to punt.
Yeah, that's like we said, that's that young team going against a veteran team that has done decent in the past years, going to districts, winning districts, going to regionals, putting in the work in the offseason that I know these freshmen at TP definitely put in, but you've got 4 years of experience coming against you, and it's hard
with the pitch to Cedric McNeil.
Hard to fight against it sometimes.
Pick up across the 20-yard line.
That was
down to the 19. That's going to be a
number 15, Cedric McNeil on the carry for Fleming Island, and that'll be enough for them to pick up a first down. And that'll put them at just on the other side of the 20, not quite the 19. Inside the official red zone of Terry Parker. Again, this is going to be probably an easy drive for Fleming just due to the field position alone.
Stevenson, Pachota, and Boyson, the wideouts.
That's going to be another handoff to McNeil.
McNeil again carries.
He'll power into the line for a few yards and bring up a second down.
Parker Sertivin, number 7, is the up back.
So we've got the usuals for Fleming. You got Gentry at quarterback. Obviously, we've talked about Cruz already. We've talked about Gentry, who is now pushing his way through the line, getting inside the 5. And I'm going to say the 3 is where he makes it to. No, they're spotting the 4.
That's going to be a first down.
That is a first down, so first and goal inside the 4. And that's Gentry on the carries, which we've seen him this season already just force his way through for quite a few touchdowns. And I imagine they'll go back to him here.
Yep.
And they do. And there's the wide open hole. Touchdown, Eric Gentry, Fleming Island. And yeah, we already said the short field position was going to make it easy. Fleming knows they've got the run game. Wear out the defensive line early, because while Terry Parker is a fresh team, they do not have a very stout team. Their sideline, I would suspect, between maybe a second string. If you were doing one player per string, they've got a first and a second string offense and defense. Obviously, we know a lot of these high school players play multi-role. Parker Sturdivant obviously being proof of that. Sebastian Cruz being proof of that. We've got plenty of players that are multi-role players.
Sturdivant's kick is
and
up.
Sturdivant's boot puts it
No
through for the
good.
extra.
Oh, no, it's no good.
No, I couldn't
Penalty
see that
marker
from here.
comes on
No
the
good.
field
No
after
good.
the play.
Was that wide right?
Not what we used to know.
I didn't get to see that. Let me see.
Yep, it was.
I don't even see where that ball went on the replay. That went to the just left, it looked like. Let's go back. I want to see where that went. That's not common for him. It looks like there might have been a false start by number 47, but I mean, with the camera angle, it's hard to tell where that ball went, but it definitely went wide. I'm trying to see which upright it crosses. I think it went wide right. So not common for Sturdivant. I pretty much went into autopilot and called it good, but nope, then not good from him. So starting off.
Commentator's curse.
Unsportsmanlike was what it was called. I know number 47, looking at the replay, was moving at the start of the play, but not called for a false start. He was still getting set when the ball was snapped, which I think at this point Fleming kind of might have wished was called, because that would have, yes, pushed him back, but given him another shot at the extra point. So with the unsportsmanlike called on Terry Parker, that'll push the ball forward to the other 45 for a boot touchback. I'm going to call it, even though the commentator, he's not even going to kick all the way. Man, they want this team running. Ball is bobbled and
number 9
stopped,
for the
and that's
Golden
going to be
Eagles,
Jarius Rogers on the stop.
Down the returner just around the 19-yard
We'll say
line.
the 19. We're going to see, yep, they spotted at the 19. And Jarius Rogers on the stop
will start with a first down
had
from their own 19.
the right side of the Fleming special teams been any faster, they would have been on that ball as it was touched, just not close enough to recover it.
8:22 to go in the first quarter, 6-0 Fleming Island is your score.
Let's see what Terry Parker does this drive. I mean, first drive against a new team. They have not played them this season. So first drive against a new team, you kind of expect some hiccups to happen. Again, if that offensive pass interference hadn't been called, then we would see a different result here. They're going to start off running this drive, make it to the line, and they're going to call forward progress of 1 yard. So that'll be a 2nd and 9. They're going to say 2 yards to start off the drive running.
It would seem as if the throw game would be the best game for Terry Parker. Running is not going to be.
Against the Fleming Island defense that we've seen this season, they'll figure it out pretty quick. I think they're just going off of the momentum that their running back had last week. And which, I mean, you want to. You like the momentum that your team had, and you try to work it against a new team, and you figure out, fairly quickly, as the coaching staff said, they are very flexible and very quick to change their game plan to make sure that it's going to work against the team. They're going back to the pass, and the route was not there. The receiver was looking for a penalty flag, and it does come in way late. That was Michael Hills, the intended receiver, and that's a very late penalty flag coming in. He's looking for it, and he gets it. And it is going to be holding on Fleming, very similar to pass interference, but not quite the same, as he was just held and couldn't get to the ball for there to be pass interference. So that will give a free first down to Terry Parker, as they're going to the passing game.
Line. Terry Parker has the first down from their own 29.
So we haven't mentioned the name yet. We've mentioned the number, but number 5 for Terry Parker, who is the starting quarterback, Daryl Monroe, again, is a freshman. And handing off to number 3, Tristan Mitchell, who we, again, have not called, who's got a big opening right-hand side, and had he broken another tackle, would have been gone. Huge gain for Terry Parker going into Fleming territory all the way down to the 40. And a few Fleming players there for the tackle. And the initial tackle is going to go to number 10, Ryan Ciliak. So, well, we said the running game wasn't working, and I think TP may have some words for us about that.
Oh, yeah.
That's that commentator's curse. You say one thing, and then they're going to do the opposite.
Do
prove
the
you
opposite.
wrong.
Which is good, though. I like it because, you know, based on your analysis coming into the game on the season they've had so far and the makeup of the team, it's good to see them doing some things.
Some quick out route to, again, Michael Hills. Quarterback took a little hit on that one, so he's definitely feeling the pressure trying to get that ball out. That'll bring up second down after the incomplete pass. So, I mean, like I said, we've called numbers and we've said names a little bit. So, Daryl Monroe, again, a freshman at quarterback. Michael Hills, we've called a few times. That's number 1. He is a sophomore. And then Tristan Mitchell, number 3, the running back, is, take a guess, Courtney.
Freshman?
He is a freshman. So the 3 big names we've called so far for Terry Parker are within their first 2 years of playing. The most experience of those being their number 1 receiver that we can see is a sophomore. And they do the same play, and that one's over his head. Once again, feeling some pressure. Not quite getting a collapsed pocket, but it'll be enough for an incomplete pass to bring up third down.
I think he's just rushing the pass there.
I think he's got the pass where he wants it. It's just he's ahead of the receiver. They're not quite on the same page.
And the receiver is telling him to calm down.
Yeah, I mean, from what the coaches said, because again, I went and talked to them before the game, just because again, this is a team we've not even covered. Even back in FSB days, we never covered Terry Parker's. This is new territory for us. So just kind of engaging with the coaching staff. They were super receiving, super happy to see us, and just telling us, this is brand new territory for most of their team. I mean, they've got some juniors. I'm just going to go down the roster real quick, see if I see any seniors. I'm going to count 5 seniors on the whole team. One of them is listed at defensive tackle. One is listed as athlete, which is multi-positional. One is not listed as a specific position. And one is listed at cornerback/athlete, so multi-positional. And that looks like that's the coverage of their seniors. They do have quite a few more juniors. But again, most of their starters that they said we'd be calling tonight, they said, hey, look, you're going to be calling a lot of freshman names for our team tonight. And a couple of, middleclassmen and upperclassmen, but most of it's going to be freshmen. This is definitely going to be a game where we have an expectation coming in. Good pass, and that's going to be caught. That's by number 8.
And then there's a flag.
Is that number 8 or number 2? I cannot tell. That was number 2, Terrence Higdon. We have not called him tonight. He is a junior, listed as an athletic position, and that is going to be a face mask penalty against Fleming Island, thrown as the receiver was grabbed and thrown at the very end of that play. We'll run the clock down to 6:08 as they move the chains for that first down.
At the Golden Eagle 20.
And that'll push Terry Parker inside the red zone for Fleming Island. So their second drive proving more fruitful so far. We'll knock on some wood for them than their first one. It bounced to the outside by, once again, number 3, Tristan Mitchell. And he will make it back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gain a 1. Gain a 1 on the play. And that'll be a 2nd and 9. So I know that they, when I talked to them, they're hoping to at least obviously put 7 up on the board. Goal obviously was to answer every single Fleming touchdown with one of their own. But as they stated, they were honest about it. They're 1-5. They don't expect this to be a victory. That was again, quick pass to number 1. Michael Hill's still not quite on the same page. He was still trying to juke when he just kind of looked up and the ball was there. Good on him to get hands up and catch that ball. But losing a yard on the play, they're liking that quick out route to him, and it's just not there. They did better on the long ball passes to him. It's just they know that if they do that, they're going to have to deal with the Fleming secondary, and notably of that, Sebastian Cruz. So they've got Sebastian Cruz on one side, and I believe it's Pachota on the other side. I'm trying to get the number of him, but those two Fleming secondaries are, upperclassmen. They know what's going on.
Timeout on the field.
And there'll be an encroachment by Fleming Island to give some free yardage for TP here.
5-yard penalty makes it.
And that'll bring up third and we'll say 6. Oh, sorry, they were at third and 10, so 3rd and 5 at the 15. And I think I'm not. Courtney, would you be able to maybe get that number? Oh, it's number 19. There we go. He moved so I could see it. Number 19. Oh, it's David Fuentes. David Fuentes at the secondary. We've seen him before make some good plays. So they've got some upperclassmen in the secondary for Fleming. They are going to that ball, and there was nobody there.
Over the head
the
of everybody.
Receiver core for TP just kind of being stuck in that right off the line bundle that was there. 4th down territory, 4th and 5. So again, trying to go to the passing game, and I think they're wary of the Fleming secondary. Again, we've got some very experienced secondary for Fleming, and they've most likely done their research for this game, knowing what's coming up. I am still running the clock, even though the incomplete pass, because the clock is at 3:48. So we'll stop it there. We'll see if they can make anything out of this 4th and 5 that they are going for. Empty backfield, except for Daryl Monroe. Obviously a passing play going for the touchdown, I would imagine. Caught by number 2. He's got the first down. Terrence Higdon.
Gain is to about the 5-yard line.
They get the first down on a 4th and 5 conversion.
Terry Parker will have it first and goal.
I told you this game was going to be interesting.
We knew that coming in, and that'll be a 1st and goal for them. So a fresh set of downs for them to try to get this 5 yards that they need to answer Fleming's touchdown. And depending on their kicking game, maybe take the lead for the first time tonight in their second drive. All right, we've got Mitchell in the backfield with Monroe. They will hand it off to him. Gain of about, we'll say 2, pushing into the 3rd.
And he was almost away.
He almost was. That little snag of the jersey held him up just enough so another Fleming defender could get there. They're going to go quick on it. Same play, and he's there. Touchdown. Terry Parker. Number 3, Tristan Mitchell. They went right back to the same play with a quick snap, and that was enough to get them in. And I don't see, there we got a player coming on. I don't see a kicker.
What I noticed though, Garrett, is a rather subdued celebration.
Yeah, they did definitely say they are very composed about their game. They know that they are the underdogs. They know that they have to keep a level head in order to, stay in this game. But they're going to try to take advantage of the extra point and go for 2. They're going empty backfield, pressure on the quarterback. It is caught. He managed to get the ball, but is nowhere near where it needed to be with the pressure. That was to Michael Hills on the reception. So it'll be tied up after the incomplete extra point. I'm wondering if they were just trying to take advantage of the fact that Fleming missed their extra point and try to get a 1-point lead on any potential Fleming touchdowns, or if they just don't know if their kicker is going to be good enough after that punt we saw. Because I only see.
Well, guess what? We're about to find out.
We will. I only saw one kicker listed, and this will be the first time we've seen him tonight other than the punt, and that is number 23, DJ Dixon, who I don't see on the field. No, it is number 52. So he's not listed as a kicker. That is Jordan, and I'm apologize if I butcher this last name. I'm going to try to do my best. Berberina. B-E-R-B-E-R-E-N-A. I'm going to say that's Berberina. He is listed as defensive end and defensive tackle.
Cruz and Donaldson need to receive the kick.
Let's see. He's going to do an onside attempt, and that'll be fielded at the 50.
Fielded at the 50, falls forward
And
to
that
the
is
49
number,
in Terry Parker territory.
looks like 20.
And the Golden Eagles will have it
on the
first
catch.
down.
Do you think that was the intent?
I mean, I would assume so. You have a defensive end, defensive tackle who's kicking the ball off, and based on how that kick went, I would assume that was 100% an onside attempt.
Okay.
That didn't look like a botched kick at all. That looked like he didn't have full leg extension or anything. That was an onside attempt. So they're definitely trying to get the ball back to start this first quarter off. But in the process, giving Fleming midfield position. We saw what and there's the encroachment.
Movement on the line of scrimmage.
That's going to give a free 5 yards for Fleming in what they already have, as we saw them at the 30. This is only 20 yards back, now 15 yards back from where they scored last. So they're going to start with, instead of a 1st and 10, a 1st and 5 at the 45 of Terry Parker.
Offensive line for the Golden Eagles, number 51, Noah Marino, 52, Easton Isbell, 62, Corbett Yarborough, 71, Cade Starcher, and 76, Caleb Thrasher.
Staying quiet so you guys can hear that, because the announcer has obviously been with Fleming for a while, so he knows their line and their players better. So we let him call some stuff for us. Just get that ambient audio that we get from the announcement. And we'll see what Fleming does with this field position. They hand it off to McNeil, who already called his number once, and he is powering for 10 yards. He is into the 35 for a first down, Fleming Island.
They'll mark him down at the 35, and it's going to be a first down, Golden Eagles.
So even if that play had repeated, but from the 1st and 10 at the 50, they would have been at the 40 for another 1st and 10. So good run from McNeil there, 4-10. And, well, they're probably going to just do the run game, run the clock into this quarter out. And they do. He's going to push forward. He's got 5 on the carry, so a 2nd and 5.
Braves winning.
And powering through the line
5 yard
to
gain, 2nd down and 5 for
give
the
himself
Golden
5
Eagles.
yards, 2nd and 5 situation. One thing I do note that we've seen from Fleming, they have a receiving core, but they do focus on their run game quite a bit. With a running back such as McNeil, I see why. Oh, fumble. And that's fallen on by Terry Parker. They've got the ball. They were looking for a reverse. That was number 10 on the initial handoff, Ryan Ciliak, who looked like he was trying to hand off, and there was nobody there.
Actually, he went right past the ball. That's the thing.
At their own 32
That ball
line.
just dropped on the ground, and Terry Parker was there for it.
1:39 to go.
So they will
in the
take
first
over
quarter.
So
with 1:39 and the first to go.
So question for you. With last week essentially being a bye for Fleming Island, could it be that they're a little bit rusty? Or is it that they are not taking this opposition as seriously as they should?
I honestly feel like it might be a little bit of both. They know that this team has a losing record, and their game last week got rained out. So they essentially they've had 2 weeks of practice. So they've had 2 weeks of playing against themselves if they've done live drills. That quarterback hit as he was thrown, and there's pass interference. I don't know why the Fleming Island did that. It was number 23, who I don't have a number for. I don't know why that happened.
The Golden Eagles, the call.
That ball was nowhere near the receiver, so he didn't need to do anything near that. The quarterback hit as he was thrown. That was an easily interceptable ball had he just paid attention. But instead, he's going to give free yardage to Terry Parker on what could have been a heads-up play. And again, I don't have that number. That's number 23 for Fleming Island. He is not listed on their huddle. Let me pull up their max preps and see if I can cross-reference maybe.
10-yard penalty against the Golden Eagles.
That'll be a free first down for Terry Parker.
Terry Parker, they'll have it first
With
down.
a minute 33 left to go after that play. And they'll be at the 42. Let's see what their roster on max prep size for number 23. Brady Digman. We've called his name before. Low snap caught. Pass intended again for Michael Hills and a little high. That'll bring up a second down after
Covered
a
by the
4
Golden
second
Eagles,
runoff.
Levi Cox, number 26.
That's that TP offensive line.
Second down and 10.
They've got their hands full for sure with Jarius Rogers on that side. We've got number 40, Preston Bumbelow, who we've seen break through quite a few times. Number 55. Let me grab his number because he's not on huddle. He's not on either of them. Handoff. He's got an open. Oh, would have been an open field. Good tackle by number 19,
David
Fuentes.
Pick up a 3.
That's that
third down and
secondary we were
7.
talking about. He read that play, and that secondary reading that like he is, that senior classman reading that play, reading the run, and stopping what would have been a great open field run for TP. And that'll bring up third down, and we'll say 7. Clock winding down inside the minute mark.
But you know, a more experienced player could have shaken that tackle. It was a low tackle.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
I don't know about shaking it fully though. He had both ankles. He had the ankle grab.
The skip, you saw it coming.
Yeah,
So
I
the
think
skip.
Called by Terry
And that's
Parker.
where
Parker
experience helps you.
In the
it
first
definitely
quarter.
does. Had he seen, you know, the player coming, maybe some type of jump. I still think that Fuentes, being as experienced as he is, would have gotten something that would have tripped him up and slowed him down at least for another Fleming player to get there. I don't think it would have been full open field all the way. Maybe, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 more yards,
Well,
but definitely not a first down.
They don't have the speed, that's for sure.
Well, I don't know about that. We've seen really only open field from their receiver,
And that's the thing.
I
So
don't-
with open field, I mean, you don't have to be that fast because then you're so far away from the defenders that you can get through. With
I
better
kind of want to see a
coverage-
breakthrough run here just so we can kind of gauge the speed
Yeah.
because, again, this is a team we have not seen.
With a little bit of coverage from the defenders on some of those plays, they're going nowhere.
Yeah, I don't think so. Just with how experienced Fleming's defense is.
Which is why I'm thinking that they're probably not, their foot is probably off the gas for this one.
I would think so. I don't think you come into a game. I think maybe we see them try to branch out a little bit in the second half, maybe even the second quarter. But I think coming into this game, I don't think you put your foot all pedal to the metal to kind of
Third
show
down
what
and
you've
7.
got until you can really gauge how your team is going to be against the offense that you've never played against. Another long pass, no receiver there.
Pass
It
is
looks
overthrown.
like it was maybe number 2, Terrence Higdon, whose route was supposed to go that way, but he was covered up by a defender and could not get there. And then the only 2 other receivers were on the outside of the pocket hashes. So no receiver really in range. And maybe that's that inexperience we were talking about with only having, sub-high school level playing going on.
Offense is going to stay on the field. 4th down and 7.
They are going to stay on the field. We've got 35 seconds remaining, and they're going for it. I will say I want to kind of give credit to the little guys because I used to be, in my freshman year, shorter than one of their receivers that I see on the field. That's number 18, John Dukes III. He is listed as 5'5". Left-hand side of the field, caught. Number 1.
Dropped.
Oh, he dropped it. That was a beautiful diving. He had it in his hands and he could not hold on to it. Michael Hills. Oh, that would have been a beautiful catch.
29 seconds to go in the quarter.
I'm telling you.
That, I mean,
if they can clean up some of those plays, they're in this game all the way.
I think, honestly, that was a beautiful pass. I think that's exactly where that pass needed to be, honestly, because where the defender was, the only play that was possible was a diving catch. And with how we know the defense for Fleming to be, I think that if that ball is any closer to the receiver, it's broken up. I mean, that's my personal belief. I don't know about what you think, but I think that's how that would have gone. And it's going to be up the middle. Number 3, all the way, Brady Dickman. Why did we call him? He called him a different number earlier. I think we went off of the number 23 off of the Max Preps. So not 23 Dickman, number 3 Dickman puts them all the way on the board, 4-6. A huge run from Fleming, and I don't think any Terry Parker defenders were close to catching him after he broke through.
That actually, I think, speaks to how easy this game is going to be for them.
I don't want to call it just yet, but I do see obviously some Fleming experience pushing through here early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, pockets of play is not going to help Terry Parker in this game.
No.
They're going to have to sustain it.
And Sertivin this time is
good.
good.
Is good. 19 seconds to go in the first quarter. Your score, Fleming Island 13.
And that is going to be Fleming 13, Terry Parker 6 to start your first quarter. 19 seconds left to go after a good extra point from Sertivin. We've got some officials standing next to, there looks like the linemen are maybe getting some pointers on, hey, we think this is going on. What do we do different in basically right where the field goal was attempted? That's number 75, number 55, and it looks like 71. Some offensive line for Fleming, just conferring with the officials there. So what do you think here? Do you think he tries to boot this into the end zone or tries to run the clock out of the first? I think he runs the clock.
Runs the clock.
Yep, that's what I think. I don't think Sertivin's going to use his full leg
Sertivin
tonight
on the kick.
until maybe the end of the game when they're just trying to force them into bad field positioning to put some extra points on the board.
Nope, he's going for it.
He is going for it.
Sertivin's kick will travel into the end zone
All right.
for a touchdown.
That'll bring it out to the
Terry
20.
Parker will bring it out to
That's
the
that
20-yard
commentator
line.
calling.
Mm-hmm.
We call it, he does the opposite. Sertivin obviously has got the boot to do it. So
Well, guess what? He's probably still smarting from that first kick, the missed field goal.
I think so. I think honestly I've not been a kicker, but from every game that I've seen, player that I've talked to that's been a kicker, realistically, even if it's these kickoffs, when you miss a field goal, you need a kick to get back.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's just booting it for a touchback, that's something you get back.
Yep.
You know, hey, that was just a one-off. We'll put it in the back of our mind, and we'll just continue playing.
All right.
Trust my team to win the game without that point. So Terry Parker from their 20, again with that quick route, and
Passes
intended for
incomplete.
number 12, Jonas Love, who was listed as a cornerback, so maybe another multi-positional. Number 2 was also there, Terrence Higdon, but it looks like he was the intended blocker for that pass to be caught, and that looked like it was a little high for either of them. They're just doing these quick out passes, and they're not really getting anywhere with them. 2nd and 10 from the 20. I don't think they're going to get the yards they need out of those passes either.
2nd down and 10.
They may know something we don't, though. I don't know. We've not seen them before.
Here's what. I'd love to see a couple of those passes being caught.
I honestly would, because we've not seen that part of the game.
Because remember on
Here's
that.
a long pass. Right-hand side, open field. And he did catch that. No.
Pass is incomplete.
Either out of bounds or dropped. Didn't maintain possession. That's number 1 again. Michael Hills, and we've only seen one real catch from him basically tonight. And it was the initial catch that offensive pass interference gave him.
You remember that first play of the game, the very first play?
Yeah.
Where they had that touchdown call back?
Yeah, the offensive pass interference.
I'm
That's
just
the only
thinking
catch that we've
that
seen.
if some of those are caught, some of those are completed, we're in for an interesting night.
Again, even if that had been caught, that would have been a great catch.
Yep.
And I don't, from where it looked, again, from up here without binoculars to follow,
3rd down and 10.
that looked like a catch. Another diving catch that, once again, we said something about before. And not caught. So 3rd and 10 from the 20. And pressure on the quarterback. Pass is tipped.
Pass was tipped, incomplete.
And that was number 21, who was through the line nearly with a sack, Garrett Dewey. This Terry Parker offensive line is going to have to find something to do about this Fleming defense, and they looks like we'll bring out the punting unit for the 2nd time tonight. And we'll see who they have back to kick it away.
This again is going to be interesting.
Definitely not another 10-yard high off the ankle. And
Sebastian Cruz to receive the punt.
that looks like that's the same number 57 back there. No, not 57, 52. Normally, I would think he would be maybe 5 yards farther back.
And this will tell us if that was an onside kick.
No, he's got a leg. I think that was an intended onside. I think honestly, I think the problem
Roll out of bounds
from looking at that play, trying to do an analysis, right? One, it was a low snap, and 2, from my experience with punting units, he was 5 yards too close to the line. But with that snap being that low, I don't think they have a long snapper. I think he has to line up that close, which then is putting him 5 yards closer to the Fleming defensive line that is getting through the line, proven time and time again. And I think that, again, without having instant replay to go back to that first punt, I think he was severely pressured, and that's what caused that.
Yep.
He was not even set to kick that time either. He just managed to get more foot on it than he did the first punt.
Definitely inexperienced.
I don't think it's his inexperience at that. I think it's the line's inexperience. Because again, that he's 5 yards too close. The ball was low snapped. He does not have a long snapper is what that's proving to me, which means their special teams is suffering from, again, what we've already been told is a brand new program. The other thing is they've got actually scratched, you know what, number 23 DJ Dixon was scratched from a number 23 Dennis Gomez. So Dennis Gomez was listed as number 23, a kicker, and he is scratched off, which means they do not have a kicker. So they've only scratched him in so that I know he is number 23. So they do not have a kicker.
Which takes it back to the point that just looking at the kicker, he does not look like a kicker.
He does not. He looks like, hey, we need someone that can kick the ball. Can you do this?
Kick it somewhere.
Yep. Can you just get the ball out? And he does. Oh, here's some open fields. And he jukes his only defender. And that's going to be a Fleming Island touchdown. One play, one pass. Number 2, Stevenson, all the way. Fleming Island touchdown to take the lead, 19-6, early in the second. And there were 2 potential Terry Parker defenders. One was juked out, and the other could not get hands on him, was outran. And that puts some premise on the Fleming speed that we've already talked about, and the inexperienced Terry Parker's got. 63 yards is the official call.
Scoreboard one more time.
unsportsmanlike on Fleming,
the Golden Eagles.
which will push this extra point. They will actually, looks like maybe do it on the kickoff. Yeah, looks like the official confirmed they are going to enforce that on the kickoff. Yep, that is what that call is.
Penalty
After the
will
field
be
goal,
assessed
on the kickoff. So 11:43 remaining after that 63-yard receiving pass for Sertivan to do another boot.
And this should be easy for him. I'm calling it.
That is good.
Yep.
And it is
That puts
good.
them up 20-6 early in the second. 11:43 remaining.
11:43 to go.
Sertivan getting his 2 extra points after missing his first.
Terry Parker, 6.
We'll be right back after this. We're going to hear a word from our partner for the first time tonight. I've been neglecting them a little bit, and I do apologize. First Baptist Church of Orange Park. We'll be right back.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
We are back after that word from our partner, First Baptist Church of Orange Park. I want to thank you again for working with us this football season. And after the unsportsmanlike penalty here, that will push from the 45 back to the 25 for Sertivan to kick this away. And I don't think we'll see a touchback here. This would be an amazing leg from this kid if we do. Definitely kicking it away very deep. All the way to the 10. 10 more yards and he would have had a touchback. That is a great leg. That is Michael Hills on the return, and he'll make it to the 25 before he is brought down, where he is slides instead of just to give it up instead of taking a hit. So 11:35, and they will take over at the 25. And once again, I know I kind of cut briefly. I was trying to get the information out. But once again, thank you to First Baptist Church of Orange Park for your partnership with us this football season. We love working with you. We love having you on our team and love being on your team. So, Terry Parker coming out once again, starting the second quarter, and maybe see anything different, do you think?
I doubt it.
I mean, we know they're going to run the ball. That's number 55.
Not very
had
far.
had a good drag on him there, and that was I don't have a 55
Held
listed.
him to a gain of about 2. Balls at the 27. Second down and 8.
No Fleming number 55. We'll have to see if the announcer ever calls his name. But with him grabbing that jersey and kind of holding him back, that's what we've seen from Fleming thus far. Is they've got a lot of good grabs that have stopped any potential gain. That'll only be a 2-yard gain, so a 2nd and 8 for TP here. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight on this broadcast here at Fleming Island. Stick with us, and we'll cover obviously the whole game and the halftime show. And I'll try to get you some score updates from around the area as the games have all potentially started at this point. I think the latest game is at 7:30. Rolling pass, and it's read by Cruz. Is there on the stop pretty much immediately, reading that rolling route to number 2, Terrence Higdon. There will be a gain of 1 on the play, so 3rd and 7. But what should have been more had that been a quicker play drawn out. You just gave too much time for that experienced Fleming secondary to read that and just be there for the stop. Rolling inside the 10-minute mark here in the second. What's your call, Courtney? You think we get a rolling clock by the half?
I would hope not.
I really don't
I
either.
prefer not.
I really want, honestly, I want Terry Parker to put some points on the board. I want to see this
And
be a good
again,
experience
they've shown
for them.
that they can. But, I mean, as this Fleming Island team comes into its own, then it becomes more difficult for TP.
I think at this point you can see the pressure. Pass and intercepted.
Interception!
Trying to see who that was. That was Cruz again. We've called him and we call him again.
And, you know, Garrett, that had to happen at some point in time.
You knew it was going to.
It had to happen.
You knew it was going to. That was again intended for Michael Hills. You know, at this point, Eagles know who the number 1 receiver is, and they're putting Cruz on him. And at some point, with this quarterback being pressured the way he is, you knew he's going to slip up and make a pass that's just a little too high and waiting, and Cruz is going to take advantage of that.
He's been so inaccurate, whether, you know, under pressure or not, he's been so inaccurate that it had to happen at some point.
I think and again, this just shows to the experience of the Fleming secondary, had the secondary not backed up as far as they did, and had they been running with the receiver, that would have been a contended ball for coverage. That would not have been, and this is a formation we have not seen from Fleming before. There it is. I was like, what is going on here? And it's going to be a quick out to number 2, who does catch himself. And that's Stevenson on the carry, who had the long pass and run, or catch and run last drive, and he looks like about 15 there almost. That will be a first down, and I hadn't even reset the downs. But I think, again, had that been like one-on-one coverage where they're running together, I think that's a contended pass that's probably broken up. But because the secondary had backed up, potentially expecting the deep ball, you had 2 defenders there waiting for if it was an open field. This is going to be the pitching play that I think they were intending on last drive or a couple drives ago. That's to number 4, and he will get past the line of scrimmage for about 5. That's number 4, Chase Donaldson, on the reverse play from
5 for the Golden Eagles.
Gentry to Cruz to Donaldson.
Yeah, first attempt, they turned the ball over. This time they got it right.
Yeah, I think they also had different players this one. The first time they had Gentry to Celiac to I don't even know who, because obviously it was fumbled. This time they went Gentry to Cruz to Donaldson. So different player makeup on that play. And we've got Brady Digman in the backfield this time with Sertivan on the move. It'll be an out route to Digman, and that's out of reach.
Just out of the reach of Brady Digman.
And I hadn't even stopped the clock after those plays, so it's a second and we'll say 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5, with 8 minutes. I was trying to catch everything up. I'm still telling you, Courtney, we need to get that Garrett clock counter where I keep having to fix the clock. I think at this point we're probably at 74.
Or more.
Potentially. We'll have to go through at the end of the season, do a highlight reel of, I'll fix the clock. Oh, and Digman's got open field and juking some more players. I think that shows the inexperience. They're going to call it at the 1. Digman's upset about it, but he knew he was there. I think that really showed some inexperience on Terry Parker there. You had defender, instead of attacking the runner, even if you get juked out, you've got players there to help you. You continue backing up, giving yards to try to make sure you're in front of them, and instead you just give yards almost to a touchdown for them to just push through. And Terry Parker will call a timeout, and that's their second. I didn't even mark them down for the first, but
they look more like soccer players.
And it really did. You're looking to defend a goal versus defend a goal line. And
coach is not happy.
You can definitely tell he's not.
He's
but
not happy.
Again, that was Michael Hills. He's their number 1 receiver. He was the one that eventually made the stop. And with I didn't get the other number, but instead of attacking where the runner's coming from to force him to juke and potentially slow up his gait, you just continue backing up with him, allowing to just gain those extra yards easily. And
now you're facing a touchdown.
First and goal from the 1 at this point. You have 4 tries for a 1-yard, I'm going to assume, run. I don't think Fleming needs to attempt to pass here, but 4 attempts at a 1-yard run. We've already seen Digman push it for very far yards. We've seen Stevenson for passing yards, and we've seen Gentry just force his way through. You have 4 attempts for either of those to happen. The other thing we're not counting on that we haven't seen yet, you've got Sertivant on the field who essentially acts as a halfback or a forward back or even a tight end at this point. We've got a penalty, and I think there may be a false start. What is going on? It was from the back judge. Nope, it's going to be illegal substitution on Terry Parker.
For Terry Parker.
And it'll be a retry of first down. Technically, I think it's half the distance to the goal, but they're at the 1, so there's not only like half a yard. But I don't think they moved it at all. Yeah, I mean they're saying half the distance, so it's at the half yard.
You're already there.
Yeah. And we'll see Digman in the backfield carry it, I would assume, in for the touchdown.
Yeah,
And there
he goes.
He wanted it. He was upset from the last run where he didn't get it, and he gets it there. We'll put on 6 for Digman. So at this point, we've seen Digman, we've seen Stevenson, and we've also seen McNeil. And that's 4 touchdowns. What's the other one we saw? Was it McNeil twice?
I think McNeil, yep.
Yeah, I think it was McNeil twice that we've seen. And Sertivant on for the boot. I honestly kind of would be happy if we saw Sertivant act as a tight end on that one for a quick little just dump-off pass for a touchdown. I'd like that for him. And that's up and good.
Is up, and it is
it's easier to see from this side, obviously, but
he's about to be in his best.
Yep, he's since the first one he's not missed, and he's also just booted the ball far away from any potential far return for TP here. But 7:41 remaining in the second, and Fleming Island is up 27-6.
You know, speaking of Sertivant, I had a chat with his mom pre-game, and she was saying that the offers are coming in.
For some after high school play ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of figured that was going to be happening for him. He's got the leg, and he's proven that he can, under pressure, get the ball, and he's only slipped up this season. Maybe I think we can count on one hand.
Yep.
If I had to guess, at least from what we've seen, 3 times.
And he has chosen to play as a tight end this season also.
Yeah, which I think we saw a little bit of. I think he tested it last season, but I know he's been a lot more of a wide receiver / tight end. I think it's been more of a tight end that we've seen from him, showing that kind of multi-position player. But high school has a lot of that. This one's going to be a low kick, and it's going to roll out of bounds, and there will be a penalty because it's on the kickoff. I think it was about the 3 is where it went out. So that will give a couple of yards for Terry Parker there. But, I mean, if he goes to college, at that point you still have occasional multi-position players. But I think at that point that's where you kind of start to focus with where you want to go.
Yep, you play to your strength.
There is one thing I will say, Sertivant, if you do rewatch this, to consider.
He will, guaranteed.
I guarantee you he will. He wants to see his film and see where he messed up and review that, obviously. He's told us that before. There's stuff to consider, and I'm sure you're obviously aware of this being a player of your stature, but once you get into collegiate level and even NFL level, there's tight ends that obviously help with moving the ball down the field for touchdowns. But if you look at the NFL this season, the kickers have won the games. I mean, you've got – I say this only because I'm a Cowboys fan, so I watch their games more than any other NFL games. We do have a flag on the play. Brandon Aubrey, or even last week for North Carolina, I don't know their kicker's name, but Brandon Aubrey came down, kicked a field goal to tie the game at 27, and then the Panthers pushed down the field and won the game with a field goal attempt for a 30-27 win. So at this point, at least in NFL level, which if you play college ball and then try to draft is, another 4 years for you. Kickers right now are a vital asset. Brandon Aubrey with amazing kicks. Again, I don't know the Panthers kicker off the top of my head because I watched Cowboys more than anything. I will admit to that. I've been a Cowboys fan all my life, and they've done nothing since I've been alive. So it kind of is just a suffering cycle, but you deal with it. But they're a commodity that is oftentimes overlooked until you need them. And that is something I would say, if you've got the leg for it and you've got the drive for it, stick with it, because it definitely is something that will push you through your career. Tight ends are obviously super useful, super helpful with some passes. We do have number 2, that's Terrence Higdon down. So hopefully he's okay. It looks like he's grabbing his knee. But last words I'll say before we change subject for you, Sertivin, is obviously play what you want to play, do what you want to do, be happy with it, but don't discount any position just because you think another one is glorified. Everybody plays the game and everybody's useful, and you've proven yourself as a kicker. I think you've got the leg for it and the drive for it. So consider that as you make your way off to the collegiate level, and what I would assume, unless you decide on a career change, maybe some potential NFL level if you're good enough at the collegiate level. Looking forward to watching you in the years to come, obviously.
And shout out to your mom.
Yeah, shout out
Thanks
to
for
Miss
taking care
Sertivin.
of us.
Absolutely. Doing amazing with taking care of us pregame and making sure that we are welcome here at Fleming Island. We always feel welcome, and you do an exceptional job at making us feel that way. So thank you very much. And Higdon gets up under his own power, which is good to see. Glad to see no injury there like the one we saw last week where player had to be carted off the field and taken. We would assume concussion protocol is what that was whenever we talked after the game. We didn't get an official diagnosis, but that Oakleaf player who, if I look back, I would remember the name of, who was, carted off the field. We'll have to check in with them and see how he's doing. We haven't been able to do that because both Courtney and I work very long hours.
Sure, tell me about it.
This is
Too
not our
long.
full-time job, unfortunately. This would be great, but not full-time job yet.
But y'all can help us to make it full time. Just hit that subscribe button.
Absolutely.
How
They
about
got
that?
that like and subscribe button there. Hit the notification so you can see this. Thank you to those of us that are with us currently as we watch this Terry Parker offense try to do something. There's the pass we were looking for. Maybe some open field. He had some, again, that trip up that Fleming has been good for. Stevenson finally on the tackle, but that trip up, I think he might have gotten more yards there had he not been tripped up. There was some speed there, not quite what we have wanted to see, but that's the passing we were looking for.
I told you, once they get the passing game going, they're going to look good.
Again, their coach said that their quarterback can pass the ball. It's just they got to find the groove again against a new team and a new defense that right now their offensive line is having really difficulty with. Here's the run game. Here's some open field speed, and not going to catch him.
Mitchell,
there's a touchdown they were looking for. Terry Parker, Tristan Mitchell for 6.
Did I tell you? Once they get something going, it's going to be interesting.
25-yard run for 6 for TP because to put them closer to catching this Fleming Island offense that has been.
Because once it happens, here's what happened. They keep catching Fleming Island napping.
I think so. I don't know if that's complacency from Fleming or if that's. And here's again, we already talked about the lack of a kicker here. They're going for 2 again. I don't think they have the kicker.
They don't?
I think 52 is filling in as the kicker, and right now he's on the line. And
what
you need
a catch.
him. There's the catch.
Wow.
Nearly.
See?
That was a little bobbled, but there's the 2 that they need to put them at 14 to gain the extra point they lost first from the first 2-point attempt. Yeah, I don't think they're going to attempt any extra points. 52 was on the line there, and I would assume they need him there, obviously. That's him walking at the edge of your screen there to, I would assume, grab the tee for the kickoff. Yeah, he's on the line. So you can't afford to give him up there to kick an extra point attempt for 1. You just go for 2 and deal with the consequences of not getting it.
And guess what? That's 8 points off throws.
It is. Yep. That is what again they talked about pregame is they've got the arm for it. They said they've got the running back for it. It's just once they can figure out this Fleming defensive line.
And I think they have, because again, like I said, Fleming seems always to be napping. It's just that Terry Parker has been so bad at it that Fleming Island has been able to get away with it.
Yeah, I think we haven't seen a kickoff, so I wonder if this is going to be another onside attempt.
Yep.
Berberina to kick off again.
Because, again, it is number 52,
look at
Berberina.
Look at the distance from the ball.
That could be inexperience. Yep, another onside, and that's going to be fielded and dropped on
ball is covered
at the 44.
44-yard line.
That's by number 43.
That's Nick Moreno.
Nick Moreno, who thank you to the announcer for having that number because it is not on the huddle or the Max Preps. So thank you to him for allowing us to call that name. So with that onside attempt, Fleming will take over at the 44. You kind of hope maybe adjust the kickoff there. Like I know you obviously want to get an onside recovery, but I think with the inexperience, you just have him kind of squib it as far back as he can. Gentry's going to try to keep it himself here, and he will be brought down finally. Number 8, Dietrich McDougall.
And he felt that.
And he is happy on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely happy on that sack.
They got 2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
You know, we're only second quarter. We've got 4:51 to play, but I think Terry Parker has enough to be happy for in this game so far.
And we've got a long pass, and they're saying catch.
Yep, it looks like a catch.
Picked off.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Pick off, and that's by Michael Hills, the receiver that we just saw with the 2-point. What do you know? I was actually not expecting that.
Like I said, man, this Terry Parker team and the way the Golden Eagles are playing, we have an interesting game on our hands.
Looks like Fleming's getting a little complacent here. I imagine they'll probably address that at halftime.
You know, it's either a little game rust or they're just not taking this team as seriously as they should.
It looks like it. That is not what I was expecting there from Fleming.
First a sack, then a pick.
Yeah.
Ooh. Then, and to think of the plays before from Terry Parker, 2 throws, 8 points.
I just want to give another shout out. I know he's out of camera view at the moment, but on the bottom side of the field, close to the Fleming sideline, again, that short receiver. They were looking for the long pass again. That time to Terrence Higdon. I got to give credit to the short guys, man. I feel that as a short guy. He's walking back towards the huddle now, but, man, I remember playing and being, you know, my freshman year, believe this or not, Courtney, I was 4'3".
Wow.
My freshman year.
You almost didn't exist.
I basically didn't. He is listed at 5'5", which I really find hard to believe just looking at him. I mean, who's he right next to? What's number 2? Number 2 is listed. He's not listed at a. Let's see. Where's number? I'm trying to find someone comparable next to him that he's close to that I've got a height listed on. Tristan McNeil is listed at 5'10", and he doesn't look that far shorter, or that close to. He doesn't look, 5 inches shorter than Mitchell. He looks like a foot shorter. I know he's kind of like, you can't even see him. And I feel that personally. Like, again, freshman year, I was 4'3". There was nothing that you were doing to see me anywhere. That's, I got to give a shout out to the short guys. I'm sorry. I'll say it time and time again as I see him. I want to see him catch a pass and go long. I want to see him put some yards on the board for the short guys.
You, even that botched pass just now, if that had hit, that would have been interesting.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It would have been a one-on-one.
It would have, and I think I don't know if he breaks the tackle to score a touchdown, but I definitely think that those kinds of passes, if they can get their quarterback to not feel this pressure as much, this is going to be. I see him honestly throwing balls like Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has he is a very, very hard threat to counter in a deep ball game. And if this quarterback is not feeling that pressure, his deep ball passing from what we've seen, it's there. It's just slightly off, and that's due to the pressure that the defense is putting on him. If they get complacent and they stop that pressure, this, I think, is going to be a very different shootout for Terry Parker versus Fleming here. And they're going to run, and he will be 8 up right about the line. And that's Cruz and number 26, Levi Cox.
At this point of the game, Terry Parker does not like to hear the name Cruz.
They do not. I think by the time the game ends, we might see some heat between Cruz and anybody on the field. Yeah, they're going to be tired of hearing his name.
Oh yeah.
The guy. I would be surprised if he doesn't have offers on the table. We haven't, I don't think, talked with him about them, but we know Jarius Rogers has got some. We've talked with him before. I think last season. We know that Donaldson has been looked at a little bit. I don't know how much. We didn't get extensive conversation. But I would be surprised if Cruz does not have maybe some offers on the table somewhere for how he plays ball. He is very heads up, very knowledgeable, and I think that it shows.
And he eats up anything that comes his way.
He really does. You can see him. He's adjusting to what he thinks he's seeing, and even during the play, he's seeing run and he's on it. You see him right there. He's not on the tackle, but he's there to make sure it's stopped where it is.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good at reading everything that's going on the field, and having him at secondary, if he can keep building on that, is like we've talked about with Sertivin and his boot. That is something that you can't teach. It's instinct, and
under 3 minutes to go.
You can definitely get someone close to that.
Ball IQ.
But yeah, that's. I mean, we've talked about it during basketball with this, no-look passes or just moving the ball down the court quickly. That is something.
And somehow
that
just being in the right place at the right time.
I mean, you see him. I don't know if he's calling the adjustments here for sure, but you see him adjusting, and he's reading that. He read run whenever there's a receiver in front of him that could have been easily just a curl. He's reading run, and he's on the run. And that's IQ that comes with the experience, obviously, with being an upperclassman, but it also comes with just playing the game and understanding the game. And he's definitely got it. We are definitely giving some shout-outs to him for sure.
Yeah, and a form of game captaincy. Because once that ball is snapped and it comes across, then, somebody has to, in the secondary, somebody has to be there to call the shot, really.
Definitely. I think at this point, it is first down, but they are, sorry, I did not stop the clock, 2:29. There's the run. He'll get to the line and push through to about the 30.
Landon Howard with the tackle.
They're going to credit Howard with the tackle. I think that was more, I don't think there was an actual tackle. He wasn't drugged down. I think he just stumbled over.
31-yard line.
And they'll give him the 31 on that.
4.
And that'll be second down. Another handoff, and he was at the line. That time, Jarius Rogers was there. We'll give Jarius Rogers credit, and number 40,
Jarius Rogers.
Preston Bumbelow.
Preston Bumbelow with the tackle.
So I think Terry Parker's kind of finding a little bit of a rhythm here.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it might be a little bit too late in the game for it, but that is another first down for them, and they are pushing.
But, I think, though, again, considering, like from the chat you had with the coach as to the makeup of the team, the composition of the team, this is good for them.
Honestly, yes.
They'd be extremely happy with where they are right now.
Here's how I would consider this, right? This is Terry Parker's varsity team that is, as we've said, mostly comprised of freshmen and underclassmen.
Right.
Again, a couple of upperclassmen here and there, but the only name so far that we've called, oh, there's the little guy. Love to see it. Even though it's only a 5-yard, hey, that catch, that put it on the board for John Dukes III. Love to see the little guy there. I wanted it, and I got it. I'm happy now.
Second down and 5.
And seems to be limping a little bit, but he's standing.
Yeah, he's still on the field for the next play.
And here we go again.
Long ball left side and outthrown.
Fastballs
Overcooked.
incomplete.
I think that's just miscommunication between receiver and quarterback, and the quarterback being a little overzealous on what he wants on the play. And that's the kind of pass that gave him an interception last time. That's the pass that I said, had the secondary not backed up that interception play, then that's the kind of pass you see just being contested and maybe broken up versus intercepted. We didn't see the secondary back on that one. We saw a one-on-one, and had that ball been kind of on the mark, that's that contested throw that we said is kind of up for grabs. I think if we can get this Russell Wilson of a high school quarterback just to reel that in and be more pinpoint with it, again, this is going to be a very fun game for them. And this is not even halftime yet. Here's another pass we're looking for, and that one's intercepted. That one was read beautifully by number 17, Ty Street, and he is going to be back to the 40. That's the reading. That ball was not high enough. We said it was too high last time, and that one wasn't high enough, and that's going to be an interception, the second one of the night for Fleming. One by Cruz, one by Street.
Well, you see, Garrett, there's one thing about sports. You never want to telegraph your plays. And that's what happened there.
I think it was
it was
just
an easy
too much
pickoff.
of one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was too much of a telegraph. Again, that one. So we said the last one was overthrown. That one was underthrown.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, is telegraphed and underthrown.
You and I probably could have picked that one off.
Yeah, I mean, even with, maybe hobbling around the field injured.
Or height issues.
Yeah, that one, great. I will give credit. Great leaping catch there and reading the play by Ty Street. And we'll see Gentry passing left side of the field, wide open, number 6 looking for it, and I'm waiting for a flag. There's no flag.
No flag.
No flag. That was intended for number 6, Jace Thrift. I mean,
and here's
I'm
what
not saying
Gentry,
the fans are.
Gentry remembers the last pick.
Yep.
He remembers it, and he's going to clean it up.
That ball was at the pylon, and there was contact before it was really there. I was waiting for the flag. I mean, I don't have slow-mo replay. We may have to look at that one in the highlight maybe to see if that was a call that maybe will stop them, and I haven't even.
Here he goes again.
And he's going to scramble. And there's the heads-up play by Gentry. Oh, it was dropped.
And there's a flag.
Gavin Boyson on the attempt, and I did not stop the clock on that. From running, there's 22 seconds left. I have it at 0. Third down, penalty marker. Let's see what that call is. Ineligible man downfield on the offense, so that'll back them up, and they will either accept it and replay the down or just continue the third. Waiting for the call. And that's what the official is waiting for is, hey, are you declining this so they go to third, or are you accepting and they get a 2nd and 15? They are accepting.
Ineligible receiver downfield called against the Golden Eagles.
So that'll push back to the
2nd down and 15.
43. 2nd and 15 with 22 seconds remaining, and giving Gentry a pass option again. Here we go. Pressure. That's going to be dumped off, caught by Stevenson, and he's going to be, couldn't juke out that time. And he'll get down to the 32, so it'll be a third down. Timeout by Fleming. So that's the first of the half.
10 seconds to go.
And they're going to be right at around the 30-31 with 10 seconds to try to get, they're going to say 13 seconds, actually. They put time back on the clock. 13 seconds to try to put points on the board before they received the ball in the second half, because they gave it to Terry Parker to start. So they want to put points on here, and then if they were to score here and then maybe score again at the beginning of the second half, they have potential for a rolling clock there.
Yep.
It's not quite, I mean, they're at 13 points here difference. You need a 35-point lead. If they get another 14, they are at 27. And if they get a third one after that without Terry Parker answering, then they are at the 35 mark, or pretty close. I think they might be at 34.
Here's a question for you. With Fleming Island being the defending district champions, And of course, having district ambitions, again, they want to defend. In a game like this, would you be disappointed in the way they've played so far?
Absolutely.
A game that you expect them to dominate, getting ready for Middleburg next week?
Absolutely. We've seen Middleburg's record. We've seen them play at Orange Park. I don't think anyone really suspects Middleburg because they think Middleburg, they create their own schedule. They got some easy teams they play against. No, they got some decent teams they play against, and they've got a good record to show it.
They got blown out in the one big game they played, though.
Longmire
Yep.
in the backfield.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, they
Gentry
have
on the
proven.
run.
Oh, outthrown for Stevenson.
Pass intended for Stevenson falls incomplete.
That'll put up
That'll
fourth
bring
down.
up fourth down.
So nothing here. Do they go for another pass, or do they see if Sertivan's boot can do this? I mean, potentially he could, but I don't know. Do they give him the chance?
Why not?
You see him on the field waiting.
Why not? Is what I say. I'm not the coach.
I mean, at this point, yeah, you've got a 13-point lead. Why not? Give the kid a chance.
You're not likely to lose this game.
And it's going to be a timeout Fleming as they try to decide. 6 seconds remaining. So realistically, you've got one play. You're at fourth down, so you've got one play either way. One play to either try to score a touchdown on what would have to be a 31-yard pass. It's the only way you get that, unless you think they can do a breakthrough run again, which they haven't done since, early in the second. So 12 minutes ago, as far as playtime goes. Or do you give Sertivan the chance to motivate himself with a kick, and it looks like they're just going to go for it. They've got number 35 in the backfield.
I just think that this game is so easy.
Zion Longmire.
Should be so easy that, you give him a chance.
That's a name we haven't called yet, though, Zion Longmire. We've seen him do some really tough breakthrough running. We do see Sertivan in the slot.
They're going for it.
6 seconds remaining.
Long pass.
Oh, nearly sacked. That's going to be an up ball. Brought down by number 14. Caught in the end zone, Gavin Boyson. Touchdown, Golden Eagles, putting them up 6 more by Gavin Boyson with a leaping catch in the end zone. They went to him at the pylon earlier. He did not get a flag, and they throw it to him again, and this time he comes down with it. So that puts him up 6 before the expiration of the half. Sertivan will perform the extra point to put him up 34-14 for a 20-point lead if he makes it, which he's not missed since the first one. So I expect another one here.
Well, whoever made the call, they're very happy right now.
I can definitely tell that. I mean, again, we expected Fleming to kind of push some stuff here, but it's up.
It's good.
And it's good.
Kick is up.
And that's Sertivan's boot for the extra point, putting Fleming up at the half. 14-34, 20-point lead for Fleming. We'll be right back at the halftime show, where we'll cover, obviously, the halftime show itself and go over some scores from the area. Before the half, we'll hear from our partner, First Baptist Church of Orange Park, who I want to apologize to. We have not run them but once this game. We've been enjoying the conversation. So we will try to push some more of you guys in the second half. We appreciate you guys. We'll be right back after this.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida. First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights here on SSB. I'm going to get the clock and everything reset, and we will get they're extending another 2.5 minutes for warm-up. All right, so we will be coming into the third quarter here at the Fleming Island versus Terry Parker game. Here in the next 2.5 minutes, it is the start of the third quarter where Fleming Island leads 34-14. What I'll do, so that way we can try to keep something rolling, I'm going to roll, because it looks like, I don't know if they're going to give him a full 2 minutes or not. Looks like Terry Parker's on the field already and ready.
Actually, they haven't left the field.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were over in the end zone.
Yeah, they spent the entire halftime going through
Golden
having a team
Eagles
talk.
preferred the coin toss
Yep. So,
to the second half.
as we said in the second quarter, Fleming Island deferred, so they will receive.
the football.
So they just put up before the half ended with, 6 seconds left. They got that touchdown pass to Gavin Boyson, who had also received a pass attempt at the pylon that was broken up on what a lot of the Fleming Island fans thought should have been a pass interference penalty and was not called. And he got the second opportunity to score them before the half. There's another onside, and they'll fall on it.
Ball recovered.
So
Near
he got the
midfield.
attempt, got them the touchdown, and Fleming now gets the ball to start the half.
Jake Gomez with the recovery.
With optimal field position and
Golden
a
Eagles
chance to
start
put
second half,
an
they're on
extra 6
49-yard
on the
line.
board after they already lead by 20.
You know, I think that pass by Gentry for that last play, for the last touchdown of the half, that was him making up for the pick.
I think it was. I think the other thing, I would like to say it was a redemption pass. However, had Boyson not read that ball and, jumped up to get it, that would have been a potential interception again.
Offense on
It was
field.
definitely kind of a lob it up and get it there. And it did get there. By all means, it made it there. We haven't called this
Longmire
name
with
tonight.
carry.
That's Longmire
Across
on the
the
carry. We
50-yard
called him
line.
once in the backfield waiting to see if he'd do anything.
Gain will
He
be
was
the
just blocking.
47.
So we carry there
Pick up
for
the
4 yards.
Second down and 6.
But no, definitely got the redemption pass in there. It's going to be a quick pass out to
Pass
Stevenson.
Stevenson's
Left-hand
got a
side,
blocker
kind of
or
moved back to the right and
Ooh,
hit
what a
hard
hit.
He gets hit
by Maurice Duncan,
and
number
dropped at
10.
about the 42-yard line.
That was a good hit. Holy. If that had been any harder, maybe
Third
concussion
down and
protocol
9.
for him.
They probably knocked him into the end zone.
Third
Yeah,
down
I mean,
and
he's up and he's moving, which is good, but, man, that was a hard hit.
Came out of nowhere.
I don't think Fleming's going to put out the secondary until late in the fourth if they lead, because they know that Terry Parker has potential. So I don't think we will see much of the second string take over
Third down and 1.
unless they get that running clock lead, and then maybe the fourth we'll see that second string. They would have to be up 34-0 to really probably have that secondary. Here's Longmire again, creating some holes. He'll get to about the 30, still pushing, and maybe, yep, there they'll blow it dead. After forward progress is stopped at the 29.
That's going to be a first down. Golden
First
Eagles.
down after I didn't even call the third down. They'll stop the clock for the chains, and I am already 20 seconds ahead, so we'll move into the future here.
Not for the first time.
For the 18th time tonight for the clock. Exaggerating a little bit, but passing, that was intended for Jace Thrift, and he was not even looking. There is a penalty, so we'll stop the clock and see what the call is here and wait to see if this is going to be offensive or that's on the offense. So that'll back him up and retry the first down. So Fleming making progress down the field. We've seen that. That's to be expected. Do we think this ends with a touchdown?
Repeat first down and 15.
I'm going to say yes. What's your call?
That would be a good way to start the half for them.
Longmire on the carry, left-hand side. Got a little bit of room, creating another hole, hitting a defender, and drugged down by Michael Hills. There is a flag called right around where that cluster of defenders was, potentially a holding call, as there was two or three Fleming blockers, and it is going to be a holding call. So that'll back up the progress that Longmire had and bring up what was already a 1st and 15 with a good gain. That would have been a first down. We'll see where they spot this one after that holding call.
And not for the first time this season, we see Fleming
kind of shooting themselves in the foot here.
Yep, them penalties.
So the penalty will push them back right back to where they were, 1st and 15 from the 35 after a penalty. So really no loss there, just a loss of time and play. Pass here from Gentry, left-hand side of the field, and they're going to call pass interference on that. I think that was a little bit of a reach there. I think he forced himself into that defender. I don't know if I see pass interference there. Again, we're up near the press box, but that seemed to me like he kind of forced himself into that defender to get the call. I don't think he was anywhere near the ball to get that, but that's just my opinion. I'm not the official that saw it apparently on the field at a better level.
Penalty is going to be against Terry Parker.
They're going to say pass interference, Terry Parker, and just push the ball forward.
Pass interference.
So it will still be another first down. This time a 1st and 5. So what is this, 4th first down? 4th down, I mean first down. I mean, which one is it? I don't know. So this will put them at the start of the red zone, first and 1, actually. And another passing play, left-hand side. That one, that's caught by number 5, Oliver Pachota. First time we've, I think, officially called his name tonight.
First down, Golden Eagles.
And that will be enough for the first down. So we'll pause the clock for the chains to get them inside of the 15. Or sorry, right at the 16, actually.
The Golden Eagles have entered the Mr. Gordo's.
Nope, they are saying at the 15. So at the 15, and he stepped out of bounds, so they actually will not move the clock. We'll have to wait. Gentry's going to roll out, do a clear. Oh, bobbled, and did he get it before he came in? Clock is going to run. They did say he'd get it.
Yep.
That was number 10 on the reception, Rylan Ciliak. And he does manage to hold on to that and drag a foot inside the inbounds. And the clock will continue to run. That's enough for
the 12-yard line.
A couple yards. Let's say 3.
Second down and 7.
Having to direct some players as Fleming is not set up for the play. Gentry will do a hard count. Do they get it? No. A little bit of movement on the defense, but nothing to get a call. Hand off to Longmire, and he's got open field.
Touchdown, Golden Eagles!
Touchdown, Zion Longmire from, we'll call it 12 yards out. Put 6 on the board. Fleming's going to take a 40-14 lead here at the start of the 3rd. 9:10 left to go. Plenty of football left to be played. And we'll see Sertivin for the extra point. That puts them a 34-point lead.
You know
Oh,
what?
sorry, 36.
You know what I didn't think of? Is that if we get a running clock, it's an early night for us.
It is.
Haven't had one of those this season.
Come out just a little bit. Servin's at the bottom of the scoreboard on those, just so you're aware. I know you can't see the scoreboard on your side. I'm just looking at it on mine.
Yeah. But it was good.
It was good. So we'll put on 41-14. So correct me if my math is correct here. 14 plus 36. No, 26 is 40. So they have a 27-point lead. So I think if we get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, then we have the running clock. We're not quite there yet, but still a great lead.
You want to call the kick?
For Fleming. I'm going to say he boots it for a touchback. What's your call? Do the opposite. That way one of us is right. Prove one of us right here, Sertivin. Come on.
Give us something. Well, he always does anyway.
He definitely does.
Just like his mom, always give us something at halftime.
Hey, she was great at halftime. Speaking of halftime, we did get some confirmation because we were talking about Cruz and some offers. We did get confirmation. He has received offers. I don't know if he's official with where he is confirmed, so I don't want to fully call it because I don't know if she wants us to or not. But he has received offers for sure. Sertivin has received offers and is confirmed to have not accepted any yet. He's still kind of toying with the idea of where he wants to go. And I was correct with the touchback, so we'll call at least one of 3 calls tonight for Sertivin. 33-point accuracy for tonight. Actually, I think that might have been 4, so 25% accuracy. 1 and 4. We'll
pile them on.
But hey, I was correct either way. But yeah, I don't know if Cruz has fully gone kind of public with where he's confirmed, so I won't call it over the broadcast. But he has received offers and he has confirmed personally which school he's going to go to. I was able to speak with Sertivin and Cruz's mom during halftime, both taking care of us. Looks like they're going to start off with the run, and they'll be met. The hole was there initially, and it closed up before he could get through it. So nothing going there.
I think the hole was a trap.
I think that was kind of a deceptive hole. It was like the walls were closing in. You just didn't know they were. So that'll start with a no gain, 2nd and 10. But yeah, they both, Parker Sertivin and Sebastian Cruz's mom, taking care of us during halftime. We do appreciate Miss Sertivin and Miss Cruz for your support and obviously welcoming us here at Fleming. We know we're loved and appreciated here, and we appreciate being here and what you guys do for us. So once again, thank you. I won't, like I said, I won't call it yet, but I'm sure we'll cover Fleming at least once more maybe during the season, and
I'm sure.
Maybe we'll get something there. Oh, there's that pass we were kind of looking for. And there's that Fleming stop we were talking about with just breaking up his legs. That was to number 4, Eddie Williams. I don't think we've called his name yet tonight.
Another small one?
They've got him listed at 5'8", so an inch shorter than me currently. And about 1.5 feet taller than me in high school.
A giant.
Yeah, to me then, yes, absolutely. Oh man, I have a picture of myself in 8th grade, just to show you, like, I actually was, 4'2", 4'3", starting freshman year. So I've got proof of that. Not lying there. Left-hand side pass. That one caught.
Good catch.
Good catch. That is a first down. That'll move the chains. And that is Michael Hills again, number 1 receiver so far targeted tonight. If I had to estimate his target share attempts, I'd say he's in like the 40 percentile. They've gone to him quite a bit. I'd say he's number 1, and Terrence Higdon is obvious number 2. If you were just to look at the roster, You would think Higdon would be number 1. I don't. Again, we haven't watched them this season.
I think it feels to me like Hills is number 1 and number 2.
That's the thing. You would think that Higdon, which is number 2, you would think if you just looked at the roster and with the grade that the player is in, that Higdon would be number 1 and Hills would be number 2, because Higdon is a junior and Hills is a sophomore. But it, at least tonight, has proven to be the reverse. Hills is definitely number 1 tonight, and
I'm putting my number 2 also.
I would say, well, you've got to give someone number 2. So I'd say Higdon. You got to give number 2 number 2. 2.5. Yeah, I mean, I could see that, because he's playing obviously some long ball and some mid ball, and then the dump off where normally a running back would be at. He's now stretched out far bottom side, right side of the field, and they're going to roll to the right and pass. That was over the little guy. I don't know if he was intending on him to jump. That was John Dukes III. It was over his head. I don't know if they was intending on him to jump
or fly.
That would have been flying. It was either intended for him to fly for it, levitate exponentially, or that was intended for Hills to cut in on a post, and he did not. There is going to be a timeout with 5:51, as I did not stop the clock. 5:51 remaining. It's going to be an official water break for the FHSAA water break. We'll go to a word from our partner. As I said, I would definitely cut them in a little bit more because we've neglected them. And we'll be right back after this.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Welcome back. This is Friday Night Lights on SSB here at Fleming Island.
Under the lights.
Yep, under the lights. And, Courtney, you know what I think we need to do? Obviously, we've got our nice uniform T-shirts now. I think, honestly, for football season, we need red ones.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's Friday Night Lights, and Friday, that was intended for Higdon. There's that number 2.5 receiver we were talking about. So, obviously, being a veteran, military stuff is near and dear to my heart. Is it 4th down? I didn't move the down marker. 4th down, I guess.
Yep.
Obviously, military is near and dear to my heart, being a veteran. Fridays, at least in the military and military support community, is known as Red Fridays for Remember Everyone Deployed, which is why when I showed up, I had a red shirt on for work. I wear one at both jobs, one early in the morning and one at the afternoon one. So I think football season, we should have some red shirts.
I agree.
And then obviously we've got our nice black ones that I love. These things are comfy, man.
10-4.
So good job there. But yeah, and maybe another random color in there somewhere. A gray or something like that.
I like gray.
How do you suit? Gray's
Actually,
nice
I opted
color.
for gray. That was my first option.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just overruled. That's
and there's overthrown pass that we were talking about, intended for Hills. So the 4th down, not on the same page. Yeah, he's
mad.
He definitely is. They've tried that pass a few times tonight. Coach is consoling him for sure. That is actually the one in the beanie. That is the coach I got a little bit more of a conversation with before the game, and he's kind of the one that was giving me the ins and outs of how they've been and what their program is intending. But that is definitely the passing we saw a little bit in the first and second quarter of just not quite being on the same page, a little bit of that pressure and the ball being overthrown on what realistically, that was that one-on-one we were talking about. If he has hands on that and doesn't have any Fleming defender to break up his momentum, with what we've seen so far. Again, we haven't really seen a dead sprint from him, but with what we've seen, I think that's touchdown. There's an open field
Pass
pass.
is caught.
And that's by number 14.
Boyson.
Yep, number 14,
Being
Gavin
tackled.
Boyson. And he will be
Did you see-
eventually
Did you
stopped.
see the way he stood up to
20-yard
the
line.
defender?
I really
That's
did. I
gonna
mean,
be
he
a
was
first
like, nah,
Four
you're not getting
defenders,
this.
and he never went down.
I think realistically the reason for that is they were trying to strip the ball. I think that's what it was. And they have a third, say it's first down. And that's going to be
gets
McNeil on the
stopped
carry,
short
and
of
he
the
will
line
be
of
stopped.
scrimmage.
But I think TP is trying to strip the ball and get it back so they have some potential, and that's why he's able to stand up so long.
But you know, there's a thought on the quarterback. If their quarterback is able to just work himself out the pocket, because he's got a good arm and he has good intentions, if he can just elude some of that pressure.
Gentry quick pass to Pachota. He had some pressure there, but he's able to maintain his composure and get that off to Pachota for third down and a gain of about, I'd say 3. So the 3rd and 6 is what I'm going to call that. I think honestly, again, we talked about it a little bit. That's the experience of playing high school ball. With being a freshman, he's got some time to learn, and that's what they've already talked about when I was on before the game is realistically they know they're not going to go super far this season. Obviously, they would love. That's number 6 on the tackle, Chris Dancy, stopping Gentry from a scramble to gain
Penalty against the Golden Eagles.
a little bit more yards, and that will bring up 4th down, except for the fact there's a penalty, so we got to wait on that call. And it looks like they're going to decline it and make him have it 4th down. We'll wait to see. Holding on the offense.
The Golden Eagles.
That's decline. That's bring up 4th down. 4:07 remaining in the 3rd.
Penalty is declined.
But yeah, I mean, if the quarterback, we've seen a little bit with the rolling to the side, he's been rolling to his right.
Mm-hmm.
If he was able to do that when the pocket collapses, I think he'd be fine. But I don't think he has the speed to do it. I think the Fleming defenders.
Speed and experience.
Yeah, I think Jarius Rogers and Bumbelow and I don't know number 55's. Timeout with Golden Eagles, 4:01, and that'll be their first of the half. I think with Bumbelow, number 55, obviously Jarius Rogers, and I can't remember who else is on that far side of the line. I feel like it might be Landon Howard, 56. We'll have to see whenever they come back out. But with their defensive line, we've seen they are very quick. So I think even if he tries to scramble, and with how the Fleming defensive line is broken through thus far, I think realistically they catch him. I don't think he has enough time to even scramble and try to get the ball away, because even on the rolling passes, he's been pursued pretty heavily.
Well,
so
I guess I just love to see more of those passes being completed, because I just think
yeah.
that if he can get improve his percentile on those passes, this team has something to work with.
Oh yeah, realistically, if he has, like we see, he's got the arm. I think partial inexperience and partial just miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. If he has those balls pinpoint, man, this would be an entirely different game. They did say that the running back has, I think last week ran for. Oh, that's intended for Stevenson. Leaping catch. Holy cow. Give him some vertical hops for the 4th down conversion and put them at the goal line. First down, Golden Eagles, after Stevenson high points the ball and takes away any potential chance for the Terry Parker defender to stop what would have been a 4th down stop for them. Holy cow, that kid's got hops.
So that's definitely been an out route for Fleming. That has worked.
Stevenson has the there's McNeil, and he's going to be swamped.
Gets stopped short of the line of scrimmage.
They're going to say a loss of 1.
Loss will be back to the 4-yard line.
And he's going to be at the 4. I think they were at the 1 actually, so it was a loss of 3. Man. Do they list how tall McNeil is? Let's see. 5'11". So yeah, he's definitely got some vertical on him.
Yep, almost 6.
Yeah. we'll say 5'11 and a half with the helmet. And another out route to him, corner, and it's going to be, is he inbound? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Stevenson. That's going to put 6 more on the board for Fleming. 2:53 remaining in the third. High points the ball on the left side of the end zone. And that's going to be 6 more on the board. They're going to call it roughing the passer, and that'll be declined, I would imagine, unless they are going to enforce on the kickoff.
Penalty will be assessed
on the kickoff. See, that's the difference between like high school and upper levels, because you normally just decline those. They don't enforce them on a kickoff. But I guess high school's a little bit different. But we'll see Sertivin to put it on for another extra point. It's up, and that is through the uprights to make it 48-14. And with that is a 34-point lead. So we are 1 point away from a rolling clock. 2:53 remaining in the third. Terry Parker needs to come up with something here in order to stay in this game. We'll see what they come up with here after this.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
As they set up the penalty yardage and forceage, I just want to remind you, we are accepting partnerships, and we are coming close to the end of the football season and into the basketball season, which we are going to be active for. If you would like to partner with us, reach out to us on our social medias, Facebook, X, Instagram, obviously on YouTube where we are broadcasting the games live. We would love to work with you. Please reach out to us. We have partner packages available, and we would love to hear from you so you can see your team on our cameras.
And of course, please, if you haven't yet subscribed, help us to get those numbers up.
Yeah, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like, comment, share, and as the little capture is showing, subscribe and hit those notifications so you can see us anytime we are live and get the latest info from us.
Offsides against Golden Eagles.
They're going to say offsides Golden Eagles and reattempt.
And I think this basketball season coming up is shaping up to be a very exciting one. Couple of tournaments on the cards. Lots of rivalry games.
Yeah. And let's not forget what we are expecting. There's a touchback. That bounces off the field goal.
Terry Parker will have it.
Touchback, that'll bring it out to the 20 for Terry Parker. 2:53 remaining in the third. And they need something here to stop a rolling clock for the entirety of the rest of the game. So they need something more than just a 4 and out here or some overthrown passes. Their run game, I don't think they have enough in it. They've said that their running back did a good 250-yard game. You know, I can't remember if he said last game. I thought he said last game. But realistically, they said their quarterback is the one that has passed for 300-plus yards in one game. I don't remember who he said. I'd have to look at their schedule or the stats and see if they posted them. But if that's the case, that was a all-passing game for them. 300 yards a game is like ridiculous. They're going to run it, and he's stopped immediately. That's number 55. Landon Howard, that's who that is. What number do they have him listed as on Huddle, I wonder? They have him listed as 56. So maybe something with the jersey was wrong, so we had to use 55 tonight. And say I only saw a 56. There was no 55. So Landon Howard is who we've been calling is 55 all night. We've got, let's see, 13, 40, and 43. So 43, they don't have listed. 40 is Preston Bumblow, who we've called, and 13 they don't have listed.
Second down.
It's going to be a passing play, and short guy couldn't get to it.
Levi Cox on the coverage.
That was to John Dukes III. Got to give credit to the
11.
little guys. That was some good coverage. So going to be a difficult one there. And that'll bring up 3rd and 11.
I said, little guy will learn fast. You don't want to have a big guy covering you.
No. Well, unfortunately, it's not something you really can control because, I mean, even in basketball, it's the same way. Realistically, if they want to put a 6-foot guy on a 5'5" guy, there's a huge height difference there. You've got to jump 6 inches just to meet where he's at, let alone get over his arm reach on top of that. So you've got to have some spacing and take some shots farther back. And for a receiver, that means creating distance. And as a little guy, not to say he's not fast, he's got some speed on him, but whenever you've got, that's going to be tipped and picked off. That's Chase Donaldson. And he's going to take it back for a return 6 interception. That's going to start the rolling clock. Touchdown, Golden Eagles on a pick 6, Chase Donaldson. That was intended for John Dukes III, the little guy we were talking about, over his head, tipped straight into Chase Donaldson's peripherals, and he grabs it and brings it back in for 6.
So, Gary, here's a question now, though. We've just been talking about it. At his size, it's very unlikely he's going to be playing against people his size.
Yep.
So now when you throw the ball to him, you have to be aware that the people around him are going to be bigger than him.
You have to essentially, and it kind of sucks to state it this way, you have to throw it at his knees. 1, because it's not that hard of a grab for him, but 2, it makes it harder to have those things happen.
Exactly.
When you throw it at what your normal receiver's height is, and I'm not trying to down his height, because again, I was a short guy, but when you throw it at something that is your normal receiver height, that is exactly what happens. You have it go basically at his head level, and where the most mistakes happen is when you have a ball coming fast at you at your head, and you're gonna do exactly what happened. You're gonna tip it, it's gonna bounce off your helmet, something's gonna happen, and it's gonna go straight to the defender, who realistically was there to make a stop had he caught the ball, but because it's over his head instead, it is bobbled straight into Donaldson's hands, and Donaldson, being the quick guy that he is, takes it back for a pick 6. Put that on his stats. Dad's gonna be happy to see that. Number 13 is Landon Mills, Lawrence Mills. Thank you for putting that in there. Donald Donaldson, I was waiting for it, and he was going to come in the comments. 3rd pick 6 of the year. Go, nephew. There we go. Like I said, that, I mean, he's got the awareness, too. I wonder if he's got anything on the table for him, honestly. He's got some awareness. We know he's made plays. That's the 3rd pick 6 they're saying for the year for him, which realistically, even at NFL levels, you pick 6s, I'm wanting to say, and again, I stated again, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I follow them more. I'm wanting to say there was only like 6 on the year. And that's the end of the 3rd. 6 on the year last year. So he's got 3 at high school level, which means he's got the ability to play the game for sure, as we've stated most of the Fleming team has. But love to see another one for him. 54-14, a 40-point lead for Fleming against a Terry Parker team that, again, is trying to build their program.
And you know what? You get the chance, you get the feel he was just sitting back and waiting for that because he knew
really
it was coming.
Yeah.
It had to come.
I mean, Cruz already got one. I already forgot who had the other one because that's the 3rd one of the night. That's the first pick 6 of the night.
And that's what happens when you don't get the ball towards Hills.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. When you don't give it to your number 1 and number 2,
yep,
and not your 2.5.
Servant's kick.
That's going to be fielded at the 1 or the 2. It's going to be brought out by Hills, speaking of which. And he's got some room. He's creating holes where there are none. He will be brought down finally
Tackle made
by
Ryan
number 10,
Celiak.
Ryan Celiak. And had he not made that, he only had 2 or 3 to beat, and he would have been an open field. He has some speed. We definitely saw it there. So if they can get him the ball, I'm not saying he's making the team, but he's going to create some plays for them. He definitely did it there.
Why are you throwing the ball to the smallest player on the field?
I mean, you've got to give credit to little guys. When you've got nothing going, you've got to find something somewhere.
It's not so much about the little guy, but I mean,
so I mean,
Hills,
realistically, he was open. He was. We can't say he wasn't. He was open. The problem is where the ball was thrown. And I'm not trying to put this all on the quarterback, but he ran a good route. He was open. He had roughly, I would say, maybe 3 to 4 yards between him and Donaldson.
First one. Like I said, you saw it coming.
No, yeah.
It had to come.
Again, that's the 3rd interception of the night. We know it's coming. Fleming is reading it. But he had roughly, I would say, 3 to 4 yards between him and Donaldson. Donaldson just happened to be right there waiting for it.
Well, again, longer
they're going to
legs.
go to the run because I don't know if they're going to trust. There's some open field running speed. Do we get? Oh, there's tripped up. Good stop there. Number 21. That's going to be Garrett Dewey. Trips him up. There was some open field speed we saw, and had he been tripped up, I mean, I think he would have been brought down, but man, that was some speed.
Yep.
I forgot to start the clock 2 minutes ago. Holy cow. We're add another one to the counter, Courtney.
You see, you're so enamored by the little guy.
It's not even that. It's just watching the game, man. I love the game. I know I say baseball is my sport, and it really is, but I love football too. I played both. Football was middle school level because, again, being 4'2", going into from 6-man in Texas.
You're playing pee-wee ball, right?
Yeah. There's Hill. They're going to hand it off. There's some space, and he does get tripped up, and that's going to be number 31. Nope, that's 21 again. That's Dewey on the stop. That'll be a first down, though, and the clock will continue to run, obviously. That's what I did. I didn't start the clock at the start of the quarter on the kickoff. That's the running clock. I went off the play.
Mark it down at the 12.
But
a red zone.
13.
Yeah, they're pushing down. They want to get some more points on the board. They haven't scored this half.
At this point, I think they should just be enjoying the game, enjoying their football.
They definitely, like I said, when I talked to them before the game, they definitely have said that they know they are the underdogs in a lot of these games. Hill at running back, and he's going to run it in for the touchdown. That's going to be 6 on the board for Terry Parker. Michael Hills on the board. Give him 6 more. Give him 20 to 54. Clock will still continue to roll even though they are within 35 now, and we expect them to go for 2. I think once the rolling clock is started, you cannot stop it. I don't think even if you get within, it'll stop.
And I love that for the team. I love it that they're still going. And here's Hills again.
Hill trying to go, and he's met with the Fleming defensive line, so no good. It'll stay a 34-point lead to Fleming Island.
8:20 and running on the clock. 55.
So, I mean, we did say he's their number 1 go-to, and they're showing it here going to Hill.
Yep.
I don't know maybe if Mitchell was injured or if they're just going with Hill because Hill's creating stuff where there's not a lot to be created. Definitely, I will say, for a sophomore, Hill is playing as if he is upperclassman and has been doing this at least 3 years.
Yeah, he's showing some experience.
He's definitely showing some experience. We haven't seen a lot of
some IQ
Higdon.
also.
Yeah, definitely.
He knows the game.
Definitely. We haven't seen a lot of Higdon in open field or in situations where he can try to create more. But as a junior, I expect him to have some. But it seems like Hills is definitely their go-to guy.
Mm-hmm.
But as like I said, the coach was saying, this to them is a young program. They're going to build this over the next 2 to 3 years with the freshmen and the sophomore that they have.
And I'd say they have what to build on.
I would say they definitely have a lot to build on. I would expect, maybe not next year, but I would expect, once Hills is a senior and Monroe is a junior at that point, they're definitely going to be a team to contend with. They're going to do another onside. This one by number 56 was attempted.
Yeah, they're going to need a kicker also.
Yeah, they definitely need that for sure. Number 56, Anthony Rook Walker Jr. on that kick.
Chase Donaldson is the one that covers it up.
Donaldson recovers. After he gets pick 6, he'll recover the onside and keep Fleming's ball possession. And that'll start them at the 38.
Under 7 minutes to go.
6:45 remaining. On the our clock. The official clock is a little bit different. But they are going to stop the clock here. 6:38 remaining for the FHSA water break. We'll go to our partner, First Baptist Church of Orange Park. We'll be right back.
Pastor
Stay tuned.
David Tarkenton, how you doing, sir?
Stay tuned.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
And with the FHSA water break finishing, Fleming brings out the second string that I said we would probably see. Here it is. And I don't know if it's full second string, but it definitely is number 11 in at quarterback. That's Kamani Petway. Long pass. That's caught. Whether he was in bounds or not, they're saying no, out of bounds.
They'll say the receiver was out of bounds.
Good pass by Petway. And good catch by, I can't see the number. I think it was number 5. It looks like, which is Pachota.
Jace Thrift.
Can't tell for sure, but Pachota, I think, is what it is. Or is that 6? That's 6. So that is Jace Thrift. Yep, they did call it over the speaker. I just could not tell if he had the number or if I had the number. Jace Thrift on the catch, just out of bounds. Couldn't get that foot in. But I've totally forgot what I was even saying with that pass. Holy cow. They're going to run it. And why not? The clock's already running.
Celiac with some blockers crosses the 50-yard line.
It's going to be Celiac on the carry. It'll get the first down and some. Passing midfield.
That's going to be a first down, Golden Eagles.
Here's the question that we have, because we said this last year with Fleming, with their senior class that was going to be leaving, is what do we think they were going to do this year? At this point, we've seen what they've done. They've proven they've got some juniors that returned as seniors and have made this team really good. What do we think they're going to do next year at this point? We've got a stopping of the clock. Looks like a penalty.
Officials blow the whistle before the play starts.
Timeout by Terry Parker. What do we think is going to happen next year is the question, because I don't think it'll show me what grade level.
Well, I think
you have class of that. It'll show me that.
I think football to Fleming Island is big. It's big. So whatever happens, the coaching staff, under the direction of AD Travis Cunningham, they're going to keep working.
Well, so here's
definitely going to keep working. So we expect to see another good Fleming Island team next year.
Well, here's some of the people they're going to be losing. I mean, this is with class of 2026 is what we're in. They're going to be losing Cruz. They will be losing
the boot.
They will be losing the boot, and they will be losing Thrift. They will be losing Rogers, so one of their big pass rushers. They'll be losing Turner, who we've called some of, number 12. They'll be losing Fabrice Joseph, we called a little bit. Noah Volton, which we haven't called a whole lot. That's number 18.
Yeah, but just look at what's on the field right now.
Yeah, I mean that's
pretty much from where you're going to pull it.
So I guess it's more so who are they keeping? Scrambling, and he will take the sack. I mean, we said what's on the field, and that's not a good show of what was on the field. I think the line kind of crumbled on that one, and Terry Parker was able to force themselves through on that one.
Loss of 6.
Let me push the clock down to where it is. It'll be 2nd and 16 after that sack that Petway takes. But like I said, I think at this point it's more so who are they keeping than who are they losing. So I just want to look at that. It's going to be a passing play, left-hand side of the field. Open receiver, overthrown.
Just out of the reach of the intended receiver.
All right, so here's some names we've called frequently that they're keeping. I'm just going to go from, obviously, based off of the number on the roster, their jersey number. They're keeping Gentry. He's a junior. He'll be a senior next year, so class of 2027.
Good.
So they keep their quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They keep Stevenson, number 2. He's going to stay.
And based on what we saw tonight, that's a good keep.
Good keep.
Yep.
They keep Digman.
Good keep.
They keep Donaldson.
Good keep.
They keep Pachota.
Good keep.
They obviously keep Petway. He's 2027 as well. So Petway and Gentry, same class.
Mm-hmm.
They keep McNeil, who has been pretty much their starting running back. And Petway taking another sack, holding onto the ball one-handed. Wrap up the ball, dude. Don't take a fumble this late in the game. Cover the ball up. Also, they're saying the scoreboard is at 55. When did they score an extra one?
To the 39-yard line.
I thought it was 54, but I mean, we'll go off the official clock, or the official clock,
Fourth
and
down
put
and 22 to go.
that extra point on the board, I guess, to make it 55 to 20, which is what they're calling it.
You know what? This is a good matchup.
Yeah. This is not quite what next year's going to be for them, but this is a good indication.
I'm speaking about on-field right now with the Stir Parker team.
Yeah.
Their inexperience.
This I think shows what they'll be potentially next year, but realistically, with what we've seen their offense potentially can do, another sack. I haven't even hit the down markers because we've been looking at players, but that's going to bring up 4th.
Golden Eagle loses
and turnover, actually. That was 4th down turnover. So Petway takes 3 sacks in a row.
He's not going to rest well tonight.
That's going to be feeling that one. Yep. So another name that we said they keep McNeil. They keep Street.
Golden Eagle 33-yard
They keep Fuentes.
Under 2 minutes to go in the ball game.
Levi Cox we've called a few times. They keep Longmire, so they keep their 2 big running backs. It looks like, honestly, they're going to keep most of their starting players. I don't know if they're really going to be. So, yeah, I expect big things from Fleming next year, just looking at what they were going to have to deal with. And there's going to be a penalty on that one.
Flags come in on the play.
So clock will stop for the penalty flags, which looks like it probably was pass interference. But so it looks like Fleming next year is going to keep most of their players, obviously, which is going to be good for them. And I expect probably some big things for them based off of the season that they've had. Timeout, Terry Parker, 1:07 remaining. So with that in mind, with who they're keeping, what do you expect of their season next year? Because we've seen their season this year. We know that they, record-wise,
not the best.
It's not the best, but not the worst. They're 3-3 overall. They're 1-1 in the district. I would imagine with last week's game that if it hadn't been rained out, they were supposed to face off
Beachside.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, the last one that says they faced off Creekside.
No, Beachside would have been last week.
Yeah, Creekside was the game before that.
That game, I think, is
and
they
lost by
on,
3.
Yeah, that game is going to be played on November 4, I think, the makeup game.
To my knowledge, yes. But they lost to Creekside by 3, so that was a close game for them.
Which was a game they should have won.
Yeah,
it's a game they were winning.
And that one we were there for, and they lost in the very end of the game. We called that one a few things that if the calls had gone differently, they would have won the game.
And if that final pass was caught.
Pass ball
which,
incomplete.
By the way, just kind of looking at okay, I was looking at on Huddle, trying to figure out, they had footage of the game. I was like, that looks like our camera view. It is. It's just reversed. It's from Huddle. So that being said, I think they have a good season coming for them. Creekside obviously
I would
has got stuff going for them. It's just they're going to be a couple years. That was
Fastball's incomplete.
nearly.
That was your little guy.
Yeah.
Just
Man.
hang on to the ball, man.
I mean,
That
it's,
would have been a way
it's
to
tough
close the
as a
game.
little guy, dude. It's tough.
Listen
Timeout
to him.
called by Terry Parker.
Terry Parker's going to call their final timeout.
Listen to him.
That's their third and final timeout.
I mean, it realistically is. I mean, you've got shorter arms, which are, I mean, for lack of anatomy, it's harder to build up muscle on shorter arms. You're going to look kind of weird if you do too much. But it's going to be easier for someone with longer arms
Folks,
to kind
he's
of
got every excuse in the book.
I do. It's going to be harder for you to build up the muscle, which means for someone with longer arms who can build that muscle is going to rip your arms away from you.
But that was a wide open throw, though, right? It was wide open.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, it's pretty
okay,
wide open, yeah.
Just asking this.
Yeah, he could have got that. I don't have much excuse for that. But, no, you're not, I don't know. I've seen some short guys that are super quick, but realistically, you've got only so much. You've got only so much leg.
Here he is again. No, that's it. No, that's not him.
Nope, that is Hills.
Yep, the big guy.
Are they going to give it to him? Are they going to spot him at the 1?
Touchdown.
Nope, they're touchdown. Michael Hills putting 6 more on the board for himself. I think that's his 3rd for the night. And that's going to put him 26. 5. This will end the game. I mean, they're going to go for 2, and that'll end the game.
You know what, Garrett? So we're speaking about what we expect from Fleming Island next season.
And
I'm looking forward to this Terry Parker team.
Oh, they're not going to let them attempt the 2-point.
Terry Parker,
I thought, okay, that's confusing me with high school ball. I thought if you scored the touchdown, even if you were losing with a rolling clock, I thought you still got to attempt the point after. Maybe if it's a 2-point, you don't. I don't know. But either way, I mean, they weren't gonna win that with a 2-point there. So your final will be Fleming 55, Terry Parker 26. Terry Parker showing a good effort here with a very young team. I mean, we've said, Fleming Island next year, what do we expect? I think, honestly, I don't know if I say Terry Parker next year, but Terry Parker 2 years from now, what do we expect? That at that point puts them with 2 years from now, puts Hills as a senior and puts Monroe as a junior. So they're upperclassmen at that point.
And where does it put your little guy?
Little guy, that puts him
more muscles, more
that
height?
puts you know what I say that puts him, honestly, based off of what I'd say the pass share percentage was, that puts him at a solid number 2. Because their number 2.5, Higdon, will be gone. He'll have graduated. So realistically, unless they have somebody from a lower class that just beats him through him not having a growth spurt that I hope he gets, as having been in that situation myself. Again, I'm not trying to make fun of his height.
Hey, Coach, Terry Parker, Coach, when you watch this replay, please get in touch with us. We're going to stay in touch with you because we're going to follow this team.
I want to see John Dukes III.
I want to see how the little guy progresses.
I want to see John Dukes III.
If he grows.
And I'm not trying to say his height is what's stopping him, but realistically, it does present a challenge.
You're not saying it, but you're saying it.
It does present a challenge. I've been there. I get it. Again, 4'3" freshman year. I was shorter than him, so I get it. I mean, it stopped me from playing high school ball because of it. Because I went from 6-man in Texas, where being 4'3" was manageable, to 4'3" in Tennessee 11-man, where it was not. With that, I will say, yes, we want to follow, obviously, and see where these teams go. Terry Parker trying to build their program as we watch Fleming Island with their final song. I expect them, I would say, 2 years. Crooked camera. And, I didn't set up the camera. That's what it was. I let you do it.
All right, short guy.
Hey. Short guys are good at stuff. I would say, realistically, I think Terry Parker, 2 years from now, if they keep the players that they've got, build the program like they say they're wanting to, I think this game potentially goes a different way.
Yep.
Because even then, we know, obviously, Fleming Island is keeping players next year, but the year after that, next year's team will determine what the year after that's going to play like, because again, they'll keep them next year, but they graduate next year for that 2027 season, 2026-2027 season. So I think, honestly, Terry Parker 2 years from now, having the same people that played well for them tonight being their upperclassmen for them 2 years from now is going to be a really different team and fun to watch. So I kind of want to keep them on our radar. Obviously, we've covered them now, and so they're on our radar. I want to keep them there because, one, they played really well for an underdog team. To put up 26 points against a Fleming team that we expected to do really well, and they did, to put up 26 points against them with, as we said, underclassmen, that is showing drive in a team that, and not to say they came into the game knowing they were going to lose, but you're at a disadvantage. You're the underdog.
Well, let's send a shout out as we speak of Terry Parker to Chris,
Yep.
who's an alumni, good friend of ours, and you'll see more of Chris and hear of Chris because there's something big in the works.
Yeah, something big in the works behind the scenes.
But also we want to send a big shout out to Parker Serdivan's mom, Mrs. Serdivan, who is also alumni of Terry Parker.
Absolutely. So I know she was excited to watch this game tonight just to see her alumni play. But yeah, shout out to Chris Bowman, my pretty much best friend, very good friend. He's actually the reason I moved to Florida. So the reason that you and I even met, Courtney, is because of Chris. Big shout out to Chris. I know that he was excited to hear about this game. He wanted to be here and commentate it, and I even had an intro kind of planned out for him to announce him on the broadcast. So sad he couldn't make it, but glad he was able to even watch the game. Chris, I will say, for your team being an underdog this season, they did really well against a Fleming team that
I like him.
Per the record, the Fleming team has done okay. I won't say they've done great, but I won't say they've done bad. They're on par right now.
But they have a big game next week.
They do. They do have a big game against Middleburg next week. I think that at this point, that's the game that's going to really determine the district rankings fully, because Fleming right now is fourth technically for the district, 1-1. The district games, they don't have a lot of them. So one game can be a swing to first place. So big game for them next week against Middleburg. They're at Flagler after that on Halloween night, which I'm not quite sure what we'll be covering because I've got plans with my firstborn's first Halloween. And then
Go
obviously
Raven.
Revan is going to have his first Halloween on the 31st. He's dressing up as Baby Yoda. I mean, you got to. He's so cute and little. Why not? So I'm not quite sure what the plan is for the 31st. But next week is Middleburg, Fleming Island versus Middleburg here at Fleming Island, and we will be here for that one, as that is going to be a very good district matchup that is going to determine a lot of things for the rankings. Middleburg,
A game that Fleming Island won last year
they did. So
to take the district.
So to tell you literally how these rankings can shift. Middleburg right now is 6-1 overall. They are currently at Beachside, which we didn't go over any scores tonight yet. They are currently at Beachside. It's not final out yet, and it is 30-30.
Wow.
Their overall is 6-1. But that being said, their district ranking, they are 1-1 for third place.
Wow.
Fleming is 1-1 for fourth place. So the only thing really, at least that, because I'm not 100% how high school rankings work, the only thing that I think puts them at third versus fourth compared to Fleming is their record of 6-1. They have a better overall record, which means even though they're 1-1 for the district, and I know obviously the opponents that they face come into count, but they are the same district record as Fleming Island. The difference is they have a 6-1 overall, and a lot of, from what I've heard, is based off of who they've played. There's a lot of people that have complained that, they're facing no-name teams, blah, 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 this and that. I mean, they've faced Clay. They faced Ridgeview. They faced Orange Park. They faced Ponte Vedra and lost, and that's where they got the district loss, was against Ponte Vedra. They were absolutely hammered in that game, 41-14.
Yep, that's the game where they got swamped.
So Ponte Vedra tonight is playing against Orange Park, and they are slamming Orange Park 56-0.
No surprises there.
No surprises. Their overall is 5-2. They are currently second
is that
in the
at
district.
Orange Park or Ponte Vedra?
That one,
Looks like it's at Orange Park.
I think it's at Orange Park.
Mm.
Yep, it is at Orange Park. Or actually, no, it is at Ponte Vedra.
Oh, okay.
Yep, at Ponte Vedra. So they are actually slamming Orange Park. Unfortunately, no surprise there. They are currently second in the district, 2-1. So they've played one more district game, which gives them a higher ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Orange Park, as I think we're aware, is pretty much dead last in the district. No fault of their own. Orange Park has struggled with their program. Ponte Vedra, as far as schedule-wise, has faced some pretty tough opponents. They faced Nice and lost 38-28. They faced Bartram Trail and won 48-14. They faced Beachside and lost 33-20. Fleming, they hammered out 35-9. Middleburg, they beat, obviously. And they are currently beating out Orange Park. They do have a game at Creekside on the 30th. That might be one to consider for that week, so that we're still covering something.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to see what we can do that week.
Where is it?
It's at Creekside. That's
Hmm.
we may be able to get some Ponte Vedra on if Creekside will work with us. We'll have to see. I know at this point we're rambling, so if you guys are done with the broadcast, we do appreciate you showing up. We're just trying to hammer out some scheduling and roster stuff, but district-wise, this is going to be a fun district to watch, honestly. I'm wanting to see if this Middleburg Beachside game is going to update with the score. I want to see the final on that one. But right now it's 30-30, and nothing happening yet. Next week they're here. So depending on that game, I think we'll have some good district rankings, but I don't know if that's going to fully close out the district or not.
Probably not.
Because Fleming,
Should be close to it, though, because, let's see.
we realistically have next week and then Halloween weekend, or Halloween week. And then other than Fleming's makeup game, which is not a district matchup, I think that's the end of district play.
That should be the end of the play. Yep.
Um,
It usually is.
Usually, but I thought they usually had 4 games. That would only be 3 games per team. I thought they usually had 4, so I wonder how they're going to determine that. That's going to be a good one to watch. We'll try to keep updated on it. Like I said, this Middleburg game not updating yet. It is in first overtime, 30-30, so they are going to be going into overtime. It'll probably extend farther than we're going to be able to cover here. But, again, we will keep watch on this Terry Parker team. They did really good tonight against a team that was expecting to kind of shut them out. I didn't fully get word that that's what Fleming was expecting, but Fleming.
But as we see them on camera, what do you think the coaching staff is saying to them?
Honestly, if I was the coach and I'm talking to this team after this loss, honestly, I'm proud of the way my team played.
I have 2 words for them. 2 words. Well done.
Exactly.
That's 26 points.
It is. It's 26
It's 26 points.
And honestly, again, based off your record, that's 26 points off of a team that has proven against slightly tougher tougher opponents that they can put points up.
And here's the thing: this is football. 26 points is 26 points. You gotta take them points. Nobody gives them to you.
Absolutely.
And they took those points.
Absolutely.
Beautiful looking plays. So
like there. I mean, we've got obviously, like I said, some highlights. Michael Hills did great. Monroe, if he can get those passes pinpoint, he is lasering those things in there.
And the little guy, if he can get some muscles,
little guy, get a little bit of height and a little bit of muscle.
John Dukes will love you, guy.
John Dukes, man, would love you. I want to see you. You're a freshman, you got 4 years. I want to see some plays from you, man. Send me some highlight reels.
And you know what I like about little guys? The heart.
Absolutely.
The heart.
Absolutely. But I think, honestly, putting up 26, and I haven't even finaled this, so we'll final this.
It's pretty commendable.
It is, absolutely. That is it. Yeah, you stated exactly. That are the words that I'd be saying. Well done, because you put up 26 again against a team that coming in. I think that's why Fleming honestly allowed 26.
Yep.
They came in complacent, and not to say that they came in 100% complacent. They came in laxed. Is a better word.
Like I said, they probably was a little bit rusty from missing last week's
they did
game,
have the bye,
kind of a thing. But I still think for a Fleming Island team, that wants to dominate the district. We know their ambitions. They're the defending district champions.
Yeah.
You expect a little bit more clinical, them to be a little bit more clinical in a game like this.
Yeah.
But again, I'm sure Terry Parker will take it.
Yeah. But we do want to give out, obviously, a shout-out to Fleming where it's due. They did great. Cruz had the pick. Donaldson had the pick 6. There was another one, and I thought it was a pick 6, but I cannot remember. That's probably why I can't remember what the touchdowns were. We had a lot of them, obviously, tonight with 55 points on the board, 26 the other way. A lot of good football played, a lot of highlights. We'll go to our final word from our partner, First Baptist Church of Orange Park, and we'll end it here. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate all of the support you give us and all of the support that's continued to come. You guys have a great and safe night, and we'll see you next week here at Fleming Island.
At the Rock. Night.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.